Y'all know I'm always doing something wrong. Oh my gosh. Whoa, that is super bright. That's not even any of these little lights. That's just the ring light in the back. Okay, so this is what happened. I'm gonna do the intro and then I'll say what happened as people start to come in. And my brows looked fine earlier, but today they looking kind of off. But hello, my name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. The crazy because I just sometimes I don't even know. But we're here. The crazy is just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self. And when things don't turn out the way you plan, just roll with it and keep it moving. Hey, Tanya. And the troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. You'll hear that you must wear a certain brand, use a certain tool, use a certain technique. Hey, Janessa. But I'm here to tell you, wear what you want to, apply it however you want to, wear whatever you want to, and just rock it. Here we are about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. That's what we stand for here. Hey, Dawn. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Janessa. If you're new here and watching the replay, there's two things you must know. I do curse because I curse. And there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. And I do always say, excuse me, whether I think you heard it or not, unless somebody's doing my face, because I don't want to be breathing in their face. So let me tell y'all what happened. Tanya, Sarah, Jadessa, and Dawn. I had scheduled the live. I even posted it. Hey, Kim. I even posted it on my community tab. I did the title. I did the description box, edited what needs to be edited, added my playlists. I did all the things, right? But then when I came on, it was on private. And I'm like, it needed to be public. I was like, oh my God, y'all. And so I X'd out of there. Hey, Flower Fairy Girl 4. So I exited out of there and then just came back. And so I'll have to do the description box and all that when this is over. So that's what happened. So that's why this is not the other one. Wouldn't it let you click on it because it was saying it was private? I'm just like, it either said private or unlisted. I think it said unlisted. I need to brush my hair. I need to cut my hair this week. So one thing I'm excited about, I charged all three of my lights. These are the two newest ones. But this back here, that's just the ring light that I brung over from my station. But I'm gonna take this one and put over here and see if that helps for this corner. Where's the thing at? But then that creates a shadow like back here. Let me see. Let me just put on all the lights. So how are y'all doing tonight? This is going to be a long one, so I hope y'all have y'all beverages, y'all snacks. Ooh, that's nice. It's still dark on this side, though. I have my laptop on top of two boxes. You were watching to make sure I didn't miss me this time. And I set my alarm for 20 of, and then for like 2 minutes of, and I probably need to start setting it for 5 minutes of. So in case something like that happens again, at least I'll still be on time. It's always when I think I have everything just right. When I come on here and something ain't right. Tomorrow's live stream, I do have a video going up in the morning. This did come today. So tomorrow's live stream at 8 o'clock, we're going to do face swatches of the palette. And I did message Felicia telling her it came in perfect condition, even though there was no padding. It was in one of those brown padded envelopes, but there was no wrapping around this at all. This was just an envelope. And so I was really surprised. Nothing was broken, shattered, chipped, or whatever. But so, and she did put a note. So I asked her to remember to put a note, and she said she would, but she didn't know if they would actually read it or not. So, but anyway, perfect condition. I'm excited. Oh, it's pretty too, y'all. And it's what I thought, excuse me, people saying that the multi-chromes are weak, and those are people who deal a lot with indie brand multi-chromes and dual chromes and all of that. But that's fine with me because I remember saying about clients, like if they say they want a green look and I put on a green shadow and it's the dual chrome and it shows a purple, like that's not what they was looking for. And so I don't mind. There's just the shadow like right here. So I don't mind when if it's not a super strong multi-chrome and dual chrome, because I do prefer a shadow just to look like, I'm trying to put this on the side of the laptop. I don't mind the shadow looking like what it looks like. And let me see if that didn't even make a difference. Oh, that's blinding me. So I have all of my stuff here. And my desk is looking crazy. But I did write out, let me put on some chapstick. I just grabbed the first thing. This is Vanilla Mint. So I'm going to show you everything I have. And I call it my treasure troll trove, because that's what Janessa called it when I was trying to think of a name. Hey, Heather, because I didn't want to say my collection because I'm not a collector, even though, excuse me, I'm looking at my stuff and I'm starting to feel like it. Some of it is because of PR. For Notoriously Morbid, because that comes every few months, it seems like. And the glosses come from City Beauty and Nomad every now and then will send me something. So I wanted to declutter. So I wrote this up here is everything I have. This is my inventory. And I remember a while ago when I said like around 60 pallets is my sweet spot. Yo, I got 83. And so what I want to do is I want to do a declutter, because some stuff doesn't call to me and some stuff I'll think about and then I'm like, And then other things like Mothman that I'm looking at right now, and I'm like, I love that friggin' palette. You're in the middle of the clutter, so many tears. And so what I think I'm going to do is put stuff in purgatory. That's what Michelle calls it. And I used to do it before, but I just didn't call it that. I hate to imagine how many palettes I have, says Tanya. You have inventory, you're so organized. Because I'm going to show y'all everything. So if you don't have a snack cat, go grab one and grab something to drink, because this is going to be kind of long. I love 98% of what I have. And so that's what's going to make it difficult. And I did it before, but I didn't call it purgatory, where I would put stuff aside. And if I didn't miss it and I just happened to see it, I'm like, oh, if I forgot you were here, I can get rid of you. So I think that's what I'm going to do, particularly with palettes. And as other stuff starts to die, just don't repurchase. I have water and unfrosted strawberry Pop-Tarts. Tanya, you know what? When I was younger and I ate Pop-Tarts, I would always break off the corners and throw them away, because the edges were always too dry for me. So I would always just take off all four corners and just toss them or throw them to the birds. So I'm going to show y'all what I have. And the reason I'm doing this is because, the edges had to go. Them things are dry. I wanted to show everything because I did a members post a while ago, and the vote was yes, that the members are going to do a shop my stash. I do not like that it's a shadow right here, and I don't know what to do about it. And so in order for the members to shop my stash, they need to know what they could shop and get. And so that's the purpose of this. And not that I expect to remember everything or take notes, because what I'll probably do is a poll, like this brand or that brand, which palette, which blush, that type of thing. But I'm excited because I have never done a shop my stash. And so to have my members shop my stash for me and dictate a look, or at least what to use, I think that would be exciting. So what I'm going to start with, oh Lord. I got stuff everywhere. We're going to start with this because it's easy. All right. I did tell y'all I got more. What is this piece of thing? I told you I got more of the Real Techniques foundation brushes, because I really found that I like these for those cream products, and also these little brushes. But that's not what we're doing with this. What we're doing with this is this right here that was in this piece. This was $7.99 at Target, y'all. And I have like 3 of them. I'm starting to get an ocular aura. I think this light over here is too bright. The one I put on the side of my laptop to try and get rid of that shadow. So I have 1, 2, 3 mascaras that are open. The Lancome Definicils, the Lancome, which one is that? Lash Idol, I believe it is. Yeah, and the Beyond mascara. So those are 3 mascaras that I have open. The one that I have not opened yet is Esom. So I have open 3 mascaras and 1 unopened mascara. And I have 1 mascara base, which is the Lancome Definicils. No, it's not. It's the Lancome Cils Booster XL. And I'm hesitating because that light right there is causing me to have an ocular aura. So it's like my vision is about to get really wonky. And these are all of my eyeliners that I use for my lower lash line and my inner rims. And I have, I'm looking on my paper, oh my Lord, because there is no order to this. I have 13 of these. And I was looking to see, oh, this is my eyebrow pencil. I have one eyebrow pencil. I realized the one from ABH, I don't like that. It's just Tanya from Detroit. You know it. Go Tigers. You like you're wearing my city's baseball team colors on your eyes. Who, me? Which one? Because these are two different eye looks. This is that Seriously Morbid palette. And yes, I went out like this to go to Ulta to pick up an order with both of these like this. I'll be going out with different eye looks on. And so I'm looking at these. This one I haven't opened yet. And so I'm looking at these like, which ones could I get rid of? The ones I use most are the ones from MAC. But when I want something funkier, the orange and blue, this eye. Yeah. But I use them all. This one I use the least. And I do think I would not miss it. But if I wanted something funky in a good way, it would serve a purpose. But anyway, I'm going to keep all the eyeliners. I don't use the white one that much because it's just really stark. That might be nice for my brows. Or you know what? Or to like edge out my brows. And just, oh, I'm going to do that. Thank y'all for that idea. And one day just do a line up here. I need to put my mirror down in front of me because this has me backwards. I know it's not backwards to y'all, which I'm thankful for. Do a line up here in the white. And do a line down here. You know what, y'all? It says scam likely. Let me know what y'all think about this right here. This is off topic. So I am going to keep all of these. And all of them are different, even though some of the brown ones kind of look the same, but they're not exactly the same. Like this is kind of purplish, where this one is kind of like a greenish brown. This one is a copper color. I use this one a lot, this copper one. Hellbent, which is a dark bluish green or something. Y'all know I'm not good at describing colors, but I use that one a lot as well. These two look the same, but they are different. This one at the top looks blue, and Glider Dye is the black one on the bottom. So I do use all of these, except this one I don't use a lot. This one I don't, and the silver one I don't. But I'm going to play with those in my brows. Let me know what y'all think about this. Y'all know I went through a thing with dude, and I'm like, if you want to burn a bridge, do me a favor. People down here love to go LOL. Country girl in between TC and Grand Rapids and farm country. That thing when I said, if dude want to burn the bridge, do me a favor. So it's not along those lines, but it's something kind of similar. And I'm just like, I'm trying not to feel a certain way, and I really don't. But I want to know what y'all think. Okay, there is a woman. I met her when I was like 14, 15. Hey, Grace. And I adopted her as my godmom, and she adopted me unofficially as her daughter. And I was friends with her son, and I met her older daughter. And all through my teenage years, like 14 into my 20s, like she was there for me when like my mom wasn't. And even, you know, my adult life into my 30s, my 40s. And she's older than me, of course, because she was around my mom's age. Well, is around my mom's age. And so every other month I would go to New Jersey, you know, I would go pick her up. We go to lunch and go to Macy's because she loved Macy's. So every other month we would go and just hang out for a whole day. And years ago, way before COVID, she moved down south. And I would leave her messages. She wouldn't call me back. I would text her. I wouldn't hear back. And then her son would call me to my, oh, mom asked about you. And I'm like, well, I texted her and I called her. She didn't return my messages. And so it was annoying me that she was using him as a third party, saying, you know, she missed me and how am I doing? But she would never return my messages or my phone calls. And so eventually I stopped. And so it's been years. It's been before COVID that I've even messaged her. So like 2 or 3 days ago, I get a text message and a voicemail. And I think it's an update with my phone where if somebody leaves me a voicemail, it sends it to me as a text message, and I can still listen to the voice message. And it was from her. And I'm like, so I'm reading the message, and it was just really kind of jumbled. But then when I listened to the message, I was like, okay. So I replied to the text. But it was really strange though. Half of it didn't even make sense. So I don't even know if she was talking to me or somebody else. Like I didn't even really understand it. But then she also texted me. So I replied to the text, And I got a reply back saying, this is so-and-so, her daughter. And I said, oh, I said, she left me a message in a text. And so I'm replying to her text. And then I get another text from her daughter's number saying, this is her daughter. Hey, sis. And I'm like, what's going on here? So I texted her daughter back saying, whose number was the other number? And she's like, oh, that's mom's number. I said, I thought so. But then somebody texted me back saying it was you. But then you text me on this other number. And she was like, yeah, that's her number. She wants to see you. Now, here's the thing. I returned her text. She didn't text me back. Her daughter texted me back. And then the daughter, they're acting like the years haven't been. And then the daughter texted me, saying, mom wants to see you. She's up here for 3 months. She had moved down to like South Carolina somewhere. Her daughter lives in Jersey. So her daughter's like, she's staying up here for 3 months. And I'm wondering, like, where the husband at? Like, what happened to him? Because how are you just up here for 3 months? And so I'm like, and I said I was confused because the reply I got to her text was saying it was you. But then you text me from your number. And she was like, yeah, mom wants to see you. She wants you to call her. And I'm like, this is what I want to know what y'all think. She called me. She texted me. I text back. She didn't reply. Her daughter replied. And the daughter saying she wants to see me. But the mom still never replied to my message. So am I supposed to just call her? Even when she wasn't returning my messages from like before, even though that was eons ago. But even with the text message, it's like, she never replied back. And so I kind of feel like here we go again with people that just want me to be on their time, even when over years they've been out of touch because they weren't returning my messages or calls, and then I stopped. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think I need to just call her? Or I'm just like, and that's what happened before, Tanya. I would call her because her son would say, oh, mom asked about you. She wants you to call her. I would call her. She wouldn't call back. And then I would text her, hey, I called and left you a message. She wouldn't reply back. So after a handful of times that happened, I stopped. Well, she's staying with her daughter for like the next 3 months. So I don't understand. Like, how you want to see me, but you don't return my message? Am I supposed to chase you down because you want to see me? And granted, she is older. I do get that. But it's just, this has happened to me a lot in my life where people just don't reply back. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we want you to come over. And I'm like, where you been for the last 5 years? And I'm supposed to just drop everything and just go. Like, and that's what happened with dude. Nope, don't chase, but give a complimentary call and then go on with life, says Tanya. Excuse me, unless it's something medical or something, says Sarah. I don't know. And when I text the daughter back, it took her 2 days to reply back. So I'm just like, so I'm just, So, and I had in my mind, I said, I'm gonna ask y'all what y'all think. Because I don't want to be, whatever. Call her and see. And if she doesn't answer back, keep it moving. I would call her sister and she's getting older. She might not be as together in terms of texting or technology. And she's never really been into texting, but she would text me back. Like when I would text her, like before she moved down south, I would text her, a Saturday, a good day to come up and pick you up and us hang out. She would reply back, yes. She's one of the people who would just be a really short message. I would say, is Saturday a good day? She would say yes or no. And then on that Saturday before I left home, I would call her and be like, I'm on my way. She would say, okay. So she is one of those people, but still, I'm into giving people grace, but not getting ran over, though, or getting no reciprocation. And that's when we stopped communicating. Because she stopped returning my calls and messages. I don't like when people use go-betweens to communicate, says Kat. Me neither. And that's why I was kind of like, okay, she called me and texted me. I text back, but then the daughter texts. So I was like, okay, y'all. I'm gonna think most of y'all said call her and leave a message. All right, I'm gonna do that. Thank you, y'all, because I was really just like, because it happened. It used to happen to me a lot. People disappear and then come back and be like, oh, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, where you been? Oh, that's right. You ain't been around because I'm the one that stopped reaching out to people. I would maybe ask the daughter if there's a health issue. This sounds like a lot of changes in her behavior. Might be something serious. I do think something's going on because her husband, he had health problems, and so for mom to be up here for 3 months, I'm like, where he at? And I ain't talked to the son in years. But part of me is like, text him and be like, hey, is he still here or did he pass on? Like, what's going on? But I stopped dealing with him way back. But I'm just like how much bandwidth do I have? Like, if it is something serious, am I supposed to just like drop everything? Like with dude, can you be here? Can you be here? Can you be here? And I'm just like, I got my own stuff going on. Okay. So that's my eyeliners. That is my eyeliners. Thank you, y'all, for letting me know what y'all think. And y'all know I'm going to keep y'all updated. I'm not going to call it tonight because it's late. So sometime tomorrow, if I have the energy, because also some people don't think on it too much. We got palettes to swatch and use, says Tanya. Excuse me. And also some people it's easy to be around and talk to. And then some people it can be mentally draining sometimes to deal with. And so I'm going to have to be in the right state of mind as well. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to, all right, this is when I told you I bought all my stuff over here, I did. These are my chapsticks, my eye primer, lip glosses, and the lip pencils weren't in here, but I put them in here and my other stuff. So we're going to just go through this really quick. I have 6 of the Fenty's. How many glosses altogether? I have 19 glosses. And I'm not even into glosses like that. This one Bestie sent me. This one, the PAO is December this year. So as these die, I'm just going to not repurchase because, well, if City Beauty keeps sending me glosses, I won't need any glosses. And so I have 19 altogether. So these are Fenty. This is Cookie Jar. It's a cream. And I do like these. This is a cream. And these are the regular, these 3. And this one is Fuchsia Flex. I realized I never got Major Flex, y'all. And it's done. They don't even have those no more. And I have Dose of Colors gloss. I dropped one. I know I was going to drop something. I got 6 chapsticks that I'm still rotating through from over a year ago. Things last forever. If I only had one to be different. This I'm going to go ahead and throw away. I had these from Eclectic Beauty, and I said I'll put some in my kit. And I'm like, let me just try it, see if it's any good. It is good. I just don't like the squeezy tubes because it always comes out too much. And so I'm going to go ahead and throw this one away right now. This one I also tried. This one was really nice. This is Bella Pierre Cosmetics. I'm going to put this one on top of this chapstick. Or I shouldn't because I'm going to be drinking out of that bottle. And it smells really nice. And I used it over black lips, so that's why it has that dark color up there. I'm trying to use my laptop. See, that's cute. As I put on lip gloss. So I don't know. And the thing too with having all these glosses, I've been using the City Lips ones. Ain't that pretty? It's like an orangey kind of shine. I know. So I am going to keep this one, but I haven't been using it. And I consider this a lip gloss. This is that lip gloss from Mac because y'all know I like darker ones. I have one from Pat. These are the ones from City Beauty, from City Lips. 2 more they have coming out. I can't show them to you yet because they don't release until November 7th. But I did try them both. I did a testimonial for them for their website. And so these are the ones that I am using. And they only have a 6-month PAO, y'all. Yeah, November 7th. I'm like, and one of them is real pretty. Oh my gosh. And so as these, these a 6-month PAO, if they don't smell rancid, I'll keep using them or just get rid of them because when the Fenty ones die, I'm gonna just let those go. And How many liquid lipsticks do I have? I have 9 liquid lipsticks. I have 9 liquid lipsticks. These 2 from House Labs. This one, this is what made me realize I like a blue red. This is beautiful. And this on me is like my perfect nude for a liquid lipstick. Y'all know I got my black matte. These are my 4 from Sephora, which y'all have seen me use because y'all know I like dark colors. And the one I had on earlier when I went out was from Notoriously Morbid. I'm Liking Your Style. That's the dual chrome one. And the green from Martine Cosmetics. And it says Martine right here. This is Eleanor. So this is a green one. Oh, I want to say thank you. I don't know who it was, but I went on the Notoriously Morbid website and I have more credit. So somebody used my code and it doesn't say who. I just see that the credit goes up. They do credit instead of cash commission. And so whoever it is that used my code, thank you. They had 4 Spellcast Beauty liquid matte lipsticks on clearance for like $9. And so I purchased 3 of them. Well, I used credit for 3 of them. Excuse me. The only thing I don't like is you got to pay for shipping. So the 3 glosses, they went off for $9 and they were, I think, like $16 or something. So they were almost half off and shipping was like $4 or something. So that's what I'm using. So of course I'll show you those when they come in, or not open them. Wait for some of these Sephora ones to die. So I did get like a dark brown and one was like a green and one was something else because I opened this February this year. Label hoard me here. This I opened this February 2023, but they don't smell funny. I opened this one April 2023. This one I opened February 2023. And this one I opened August 2023. But they all still smell fine. Hey, Tony. Tony, did you shop recently on the Notoriously Morbid website? Because I was just saying thank you to whoever used my code again, because I saw that my credit went up. And it doesn't show me who. But if it was you, thank you. I bought some lip glosses that were on clearance from Spellcast Beauty. So it should come pretty quick since Spellcast Beauty stuff is made in the factory. Oh, thank you, Tony. What did you get? What'd you get? Tanya says, now that's something I don't use often is liquid lippies, although the Lip Bar lippies are super comfortable and easy to wear. I don't have anything from the Lip Bar. And I've been holding off because I was going to get some lip clays before from something else. And I'm like, nope. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because I remember before I had this amount of lip stuff and I got down to half and then it was almost full again. I'm just like that now. So I have for lip liners, I have 8 that's open and 5 that's not open. I don't use lip liners often, but the reason I purchased them was that darn class. Put on a lip liner and fill your lips in and then put on a lipstick. And it does work. I mean, and I used to do that back in the day, but somewhere along the line, I got out of that habit. So these are the ones I have not used yet. These colors. I haven't even opened those yet. And these are the ones that I do have open. This, I didn't think this was, not that one. I didn't think this was going to be this pink. I was like, what the hell? The hell? And this is a black one, which I love. And this one is a black one. But this one is retractable from NYX. And this one isn't. All of these are NYX, except this one is Dose of Colors, the dark brown one. And so I do understand the concept of line your lips, fill them in, and then put on the same color lipstick. Because then if the lipstick wears off, your lip still looks the same because of the lip pencil. And so I just got out of the habit of doing that because number one, liquid lipsticks for me don't really move. So like they're not going to wear off. And that was more so when I was wearing bullet lipsticks. So maybe that's why I stopped, because I stopped wearing bullet lipsticks. I got a ton of lip liners, but really use them except for Sephora's molasses. I know, and I got all these sitting here like, why do I got that? I got one concealer, Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer. And I have one eye primer. This is the Fenty. I'm scraping y'all. Y'all see the spaces. And even when I can scrape down here and at the top, it is really dry. So this is about dead. I'm not going to open another one. I'm going to open up an Urban Decay one. I remember I liked it back in the day. So I'm going to open that. That has a 6-month PAO, I think. And I'm just like, damn. But I go through this in like 4 months. And so if I use that consistently, the Urban Decay, I should be done with that too. Because that's the one I put in my kit. So I want to get a feel for it again, since that's what I'm using on other people. So that's this whole little container right here. Oh, Lord. Lord. All right. Y'all know I'm saving the palettes for last. Y'all do know that. This gloss is so cute. And I don't know where this came from. Bella Cosmetics. I don't even know what color this is. But it is so pretty. I'm not going to take time to find it because we got a lot of stuff to do. All right, so that's going to go back where the lip glosses are. So as my lip glosses die, I'm not going to repurchase. You got the Rusted Essence bundle. Oh, Moss Boss palette. I don't remember the Moss Boss. Electric Embers palette. Shadow Bind and the Mixing Medium. I don't think I saw the Electric Embers palette. You're going to make me look on my phone, Tony. What? The Rusted Essence bundle does look nice. This is one look each eye. This is the Rusted Essence Volume 3. And between both of these looks, I used all the shades. And I like it. That's a fun how she bought the store. I appreciate it, Tony. And I was wondering if it was you, because I remember before you bought a bunch of palettes. So what was the name of that one? Moss Boss. I don't even think I heard it. See, I don't even be on the site. And I don't even know why I went on. You know why I went on there today? Oh, that's a green one. Oh, that's pretty. One thing about being on my laptop for the live, I get to look up stuff on my phone. Moss Boss looks pretty. Oh, I placed the order already for 3 of the lipsticks. I probably would have got that. Damn it. What else would I haven't heard of? Electric Embers. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just like, what did Tony get? Because Tony don't do videos, and so I can't even be like, do a haul and show me. Oh, that's everything you got. Oh, no, because the Rusted Essence, that's notoriously morbid. So I was going to say, if everything was Spellcast Beauty, it should come quick. But I remember you saying before, they make you wait till everything comes in, which I think is ridiculous. But all right, y'all. So where are we at now? Let's do this. This is kind of simple. Is it? Okay. I have opened 2 face primers. I'm not showing y'all my backups. I have a lot of Fenty brow pencils backups because when they have sales, I always get a couple. And I have quite a few eye primers from Fenty because when they have a sale, I get a few. And I have quite a few of the foundations and primers from Fenty. But I'm not going to open up a new one because I want to get through this. This got me backwards, y'all. Excuse me. I used the Milk Hydro Grip Primer today with the Estee Lauder. I wear shade 4N2. And when I wear the Pat Primer, I wear the Pat Foundation. And I wear shade M18. The pump doesn't want to pump anymore, so that's why I put it in this airless pump. And I made a decision. I thought I made a decision before that I wasn't going to repurchase the Pat. I love how sheer it is. It doesn't feel like anything on my skin. But for this to be full coverage, Estee Lauder, this doesn't feel like anything on my skin either, which is amazing to me. But I definitely need to use color corrector or at least use concealer with this, which I do with the Estee Lauder too, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm just more aware of other stuff I would like to cover up when I use the Pat. But I love the feel of it. If it was a little bit more coverage, and if the pump didn't stop working, and it did that last time, I remember I put it in one of these too, then I would repurchase it. I don't like always having to put it in one of these things because then I'm not able to fully clean it or reuse it, so I have to keep buying these. And I really do like the primer. I really do like this face primer, but the way it pumps out sometimes, it annoys the hell out of me. So I will not be repurchasing these, even though I really like them, just because of they don't want to pump right all the time. And for the money that this stuff costs, if you ain't gonna work right, you can stay at the factory. So I am not going to repurchase Pat. The rest of these that's in here, these trays are from Target. These are my gel eyeliners. A lot of them are Inglot. I have 2 that are MAC paint pots, and I have 2. I have 2 fluid lines from MAC, and I have one from Melt, that green one that I love from Melt, because it shows up on me almost like a black and blackened green, or like a greenish black. And your packaging does matter. For all that money, and then you don't want to pump, and I got to keep buying these containers, and then it's too much. And I have, this is from Lethal Cosmetics. It came in a mystery bag. This is Phase. And then the other mystery bag was Decibel, which was almost the same. Well, that was more brown. But since I had dipped down as a brown from MAC, I never opened it. And so I still have it. It's just waiting for me to open it or do something with it. Tony went to MAC store just to browse. You have in your possession now the holiday lip glasses and lipsticks and 2 6 shadow palettes. Tony, don't their palettes look so much better in person? Oh my gosh. That's how I ended up getting all them darn 6 pans, but now I'm not even using them. But their stuff looks so much better in person. And so we have the yellow, and I use all these. I'm not getting rid of any of these. And we have this pretty blue color. This one I don't use often, but this looks nice. The Pride palette, yes. When I saw your video, Janessa, I'm like, oh. But then when I seen it in the store, I was like, oh, okay, look away. And I kept looking. I was like, damn it. This is really pretty, but I don't use it often. This only shows it really if I do like an ethereal look or a no makeup look. You know what? I could try this as a shadow base. This is a really, really pretty color. And all of these Inglot ones I got from Amazon. They're cheaper on Amazon than on the Inglot website. The red that y'all see me use all the time. The green that y'all see me use. This one I don't use that much either. This is a blue, but it looks like it wants to be metallic. And the reason I don't use this often is because if I do a dark look, it's not going to show up. The palette spots beautifully, and I pigment it. I know a lot of people forgot about MAC, because back in the day, MAC was the it brand, but then they didn't change up their marketing. And so when other brands started up and coming, and people were like, oh, the new stuff, it was like, MAC who? But MAC is still the OG for me, and I feel good having gone back to MAC because I used to love them back in the day. I have a white one I don't use that often. Tedessa says, if you want to see more of the Pride palette, I think I know a couple of trolls who are going to have videos up this Friday. I wonder who that could be, Janessa. I wonder. So this one I don't use often. This is super creamy. The other ones I can do a thin line. This, it just... And so I'm kind of like, oh, I might put this in my brows one day. If y'all don't watch Jasmine, her channel is the Buffet Witch. The Buffet Witch. She blocks her brows a lot like you do, Janessa. And sometimes she'll have one white and one like green. Like she'll have different colors for her brows. But maybe I'll put this in my brows one day. I have used this for graphic liner stuff. I want to start doing more graphic liner lips. Tony, I really wish you did videos, because we would definitely be collabing on this Notoriously Morbid stuff. And I have this purple. I have the purple. This is Fluid Line dipped down as a brown from MAC. This is the purple from from Inglot. That's what this is on this side. I did okay with my wings today, Janessa. This one has a little swoosh, but this one came out straight. And Contemplative State. Torrance, I really want him to come back. I did check on him, Janessa. He uses this as a shadow base, but for me, it doesn't quite blend into my complexion. And so it looks like a mustardy orange, and I have to make sure that I cover it up with shadow. But I do like this, though. And I could probably just put it on my lid instead of taking it all the way up like I do my lid shades. And then, of course, I have a black, which I very seldom ever use, but I don't get rid of it because what if I just want to use a black? The wings are looking good. Thank you, Janessa. Yeah, we had a pact this year, for y'all who don't know. Me and Janessa had a pact this year that we were going to perfect our wings. And so that's something that we have both been working on. So I'm just moving my liners back because this was in here. This was in here. And the foundations were in here. These are from Target, these containers. All right, so that was the easy one too. Okay. Another easy thing, I only got one setting spray. Scandinavia, the bridal formula, and I only have 2 finishing powders. Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. I was introduced to this eons ago, back when Bestie and I first met. Well, through YouTube. So I won one of her giveaways. And if y'all ever seen one of her giveaways, it's a big box of almost everything. And this was one of the things in the box. And I was like, and I really liked it. And so when I was thinking about my kit, and it has a 24-month PAO. Because y'all know I want stuff that's good and that's going to last, because I don't want to be repurchasing everything every year. And so I got this, and this looks like it's down to here, because I put some in one of them containers. I showed y'all those little round containers with sifters that I bought. So I put that in there. This was the leftover. This is truly Tawny. This is mine. Y'all, look at this. This is my label here. Says I opened this July 1st. And look where we at. It is ridiculous, y'all. I go through that powder. So these are the only 2 I have. I prefer the Fashion Fair only because this one, it is translucent, but it does something to my under eye area. Whereas because the Fashion Fair is my complexion, it still looks the same. Where this makes it look a little brighter, a little grayish or whatever. And so I can use it, just don't put it under my eyes. But I prefer the Fashion Fair because I can just put it all over and not have to worry too much about it. All right, so what do we got? How big is this thing? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. And I'm trying to think of what's going to go in purgatory. And I do have some things in mind already. This here, hey, look at how all this puffed up. This here, oh Lord. So you see eyeshadow palettes, but this is the side we're going to go through first, because these are bronzers, blushes, and highlighters. And from here back are eyeshadow palettes. And here are eyeshadow palettes. And I don't believe I'm going to do this. I had forgotten, overlooked this, that Fenty stuff I had in there. This right here. And these are, oh, it's heavy. These are eyeshadow palettes. And this is what sits on my station. When I told y'all I bought my whole station over here, I really did. All right, so, you know what? This light is too bright. It's starting to give me a headache. I'm not a headache, a migraine. All right, so we're going to put this in front of me because we're going to go through blushes, highlighters. I'm not getting rid of any of them. Something's missing. Oh, shoot. This is highlighters and some bronzers. So this sits next to this one, the one that had the blushes on the side. So I'm going to get rid of something. Something's going in purgatory. And I'm going to tell you right now what it's going to be. I have, for highlighters, damn, really? I have 7 highlighters. Who in here has 7 or less highlighters? We have Pat McGrath, which is gorgeous on me. We have MAC that I found at Marshall's or somewhere. This is gorgeous. This Bestie sent me. This is from Sigma. It's fragile because it was cracked when it came. And then one time I opened it upside down and the whole piece was just down here. So I just closed it and then I pressed it back in. But these are pretty. And we have 4 House Labs. House Labs ain't going nowhere, and the PAO is 24 months. And y'all see me use those a lot. I'm going to put Pat in purgatory because how often am I going to use this? And the thing is that I do want to do different types of looks because I want to show y'all some more stuff that I did or that I learned in the class, like the editorial looks, the high fashion looks, the avant-garde looks. And so this would come in handy for that. But on the day-to-day, I don't remember when I last used this. I remember I used it for the Creative Art with Heart collab when we had to do an iridescent look. And I put this all over and my face was glowy like I was an angel. And y'all know I ain't no damn angel. But this was really pretty, but I never use it. And so the PAO is October next year. Because these are good for like 18 months. But I never use it. I never use it. But it is so pretty. And do I got any brushes? Let me just use one of these brushes. I'm gonna take this brush. Y'all, this is so pretty. And I saw this, my neck. I saw this at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something. And it was real cheap. So I'm like, I'll get it. And then I didn't use it for forever. And then when I put it on, because I was intimidated. And when I put it on, y'all, I was like, what? This is a concealer brush from Sigma that Bestie also sent me. But look at, and I like when you look straight, highlighters don't show up, and then when you turn, it's like, bam. But look, this is not intimidating at all. And I wonder if this is comparable to Trophy Wife from Fenty. But look how that looks, though. But I never use it. I never use it. Like, never. Hey, Locke, good morning. So I'm going to put this in purgatory. Damn it. Because now I'm like, no, put it in my rotation. All right, this ain't going as planned. Because I was thinking, would it be like Golden Pyrite from House Left? But I know I ain't getting rid of none of my House Left. No, it's not. These are completely different. But this is just a gold, kind of. What am I doing? Because this got me, this thing, y'all. All right, let me see. And so this is more subtle. But I do like this, though, because this is like a natural glow. Whereas this one is like, what? This one is like, hi. This one's like, ah. And so I do. Should I put this in purgatory or put this Trophy Wife full of glitter? No, I don't want the glitter. I don't want the glitter. And so this is like, it's just real cool. It's just chill. And this is like, so should I put, okay, this is a question for y'all. Should I put this in purgatory? Meaning just put it away. And if I don't miss it, when I remember it's there, that's when it'll just get tossed. And the PAO ain't until another year from now, October 2025. So even if it sits in purgatory and I actually do forget it's here, I might find it and be like, oh, okay. So Tanya says yes. Okay, so this is going in purgatory. None of these are going in purgatory, not at all. I use those the most. This ain't going in purgatory. I should have put that one on. Where's that brush? Where am I going to? I'm going to put this on my chin. Let me pat it first. Dang, was I really that sweaty? All right, this is the one Bestie sent me. This right here, this Sigma one, look at that. And honestly, Jeanette said, keep the pat one. This right here, excuse me for smacking, that's the toned down version of it. The Sigma is between Golden Pyrite and whatever, what was that? Gold Extreme Gold 02. So the Sigma is in between this one and this one. And I love this because it's not glittery. Look at that. It's not glittery. It's just a shine. It blends in. It's like you can't tell where it starts and where it stops. Whereas with this, you can kind of see where it starts and where it stops. This one just blends in everywhere too. Hey, Grandma, how you doing? Hey, Alicia. All right, so Tanya said put Pat in purgatory. Janessa said, no, we need a tiebreaker. We need a tiebreaker, but this is it right here. And this one, because it just blends in, looks natural. This looks pretty, but you can tell where it stops and where it starts. So I always after I do my highlighter, I usually take the brush, that I use for my finishing powder, and I usually go over everything so that you don't see them edges. See, now you don't see the edge, but it might be because it was other stuff on this brush. But this right here, that Golden Pyrite, and the Sigma, I think the pat is for when you want to be bam seen. But I never really want my highlight to be bam seen. But if I was doing like a high fashion look or an editorial look, yeah. But how often am I going to do that? No, I did not see they were launching a circus collection. I've been getting a lot of emails from Martine Cosmetics grandma, but it's all for skincare. I'm like, I don't want no damn skincare. I don't want no skincare. My skin is too weird to be buying stuff from another country. I don't know, Kat. Probably I could, but I just have never put shadow on my eyes. And I know people do. I just never did that. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what eyeshadow palettes to put in purgatory, so I don't want to put highlighters in there. So we need a tiebreaker. Is Pat going in purgatory or not? And I don't use the MAC one often either. So should MAC go in purgatory too? And we know MAC lasts for a long time. So should these two go in purgatory? I seldom use them. When I look at them, I either reach for the Sigma or for House Labs. All right, so somebody let me know. Are those two going to go in purgatory? We have 3 finishing powders. Eternal Light from Hourglass. This makes me look bronzy, so I have to go really light. It gives me when I go really light, it gives me like the perfect kind of toasted wannabe look. So I've learned to just put like a little on the cheeks here and then like up here. Because the first time I used it, I put it all over like Radiant Light. I was looking like a Hershey's Kiss. But I do really like that one. This one is Radiant Light, the one I hit pan on. So you are trashing her. I'm trying to keep up. I'm not trashing. I'm putting in purgatory. And it's something that I used to do before, but I didn't call it purgatory. Michelle, she calls it purgatory. And that's where I got that word from for her, is if it's something that she's not sure if she wants to keep it or not, she'll just sit it aside. And if she forgets she has it and one day sees it, it's like, oh, I never missed you. I can just get rid of you. So instead of just throwing it away, just putting it away to see if I miss it. And if I do miss it, keep it. And if I don't, and I see it a month later, be like, oh, if I ain't miss you in a month, I can just get rid of you type of thing. So that's what we're doing here, is trying to declutter without committing to declutter. Because I seldom use either one of these, even though they're both really pretty. But when I go to reach for highlighters, it's either the Sigma or the House Labs. And so one person, Tanya said purgatory, Janessa said keep it. So I need a tiebreaker for Pat, and I need an answer for Mac. See, y'all, my lives is interactive. I'm just not going to talk. Tanya's in purgatory again. Yeah, my lives are interactive. Like, y'all not just going to be sitting here watching. I'm going to be asking y'all questions. And this one is dim light, which is good for me in the summer because this does dim down. Like, if I were to put this around my nose right now where I'm shiny, it would just dull it down, but my skin would still look like my skin. Whereas Radiant Light has radiance. And I found out the hard way. Because sitting in here in these lights, put it on under eye because it camouflages, any fallout, because this does give radiance. And I put it all over. I couldn't see it. I kept putting it on. And finally I'm like, oh, that's cute. Yo, I went outside. I put the visor down in my car. I was like, oh my God, that's fucking disco ball on my face. And then I was self-conscious everywhere I went. Like, I'm glowing like one of the Cullens. But so I learned to go light with this. But I love this under eye because it does like just give some radiance. And I don't like the brighten under my eye, but this does like just enough. So I've learned to just go lightly all over my face with Radiant Light. And y'all can tell I love it. I'm gonna hit pan in this thing. I think the PAO has come and gone and I'm still using it. Actually, yeah, the PAO was in June. I do have a backup. I bought one on sale. So Radiant Light is the one I would use in the wintertime because it would just add some radiance to my skin. You use Radiant Light as a highlighter. It is pretty. I don't care what nobody say. And Daphne said it too. I watched her video today, like, about the Lotus palette. The formula for their finishing powders, nobody can touch it. I was just like, I just love their finishing powders. So this Radiant Light is good for me in the winter because it just adds some radiance to my face. Dim light is for the summer because it dims down so I don't be shining. If I want a little light bronze, go light with this. But if I go heavy, this is Eternal Light. She dark. Well, for me, she's dark. So embrace the radiance, Tanya says. Skincare, yes, they've been pushing that hard. I know, and I can't stand it, Grandma. It's hard for me to declutter. Tony says keep it. Elisa says she would keep them. are helping. Some of y'all, I mean, y'all supposed to be helping me out here. This looks like this is going to be a dark circus theme makeup collection. It's going to be something slightly creepy, Eurotrash Carnival. It sounds fun. And what I'm hoping is that it might be something like Circle Loco, like bold, bright, just colors. Give me those fun colors. Some people didn't like Circle Loco. I'm like, to me, that palette is so much fun. And Martine Cosmetics PAO is 24 months. And so is Natasha. Lisa says, yeah, that one's really shiny on me. Which one is shiny? Radiant Light? Yeah, I learned the hard way, y'all. I went outside and was like, whoa, who glowing? Oh, it's me. I was like, damn. So I got 3 finishing powders. I have 4. All right, so these 2 are going to purgatory. Pat and Mac are going to purgatory. Since y'all just like all over the place, just like I am. Powders last forever. You know what, though? I hit pan. I've been using this since June 2023. I know the loose powders don't. I just opened this in July, and I be using this powder, y'all. That loose powder from Fashion Fair. We have 4 bronzers. You always want to Circle Loco. Her end of year sale in November is usually really good. It used to be where it was almost buy one, get one free. And that's when a couple of years ago, I repurchased Circle Loco and Biba because both of them together was the price of getting one. So that's when I usually look for her sales. We'll look to see what I want to purchase during her year-end sales because the prices are usually really good. But since COVID, stuff has changed, though. So I don't know if it'll be sort of buy one, get one free or just maybe 30% off or 40% off. But that sounds like a fun palette. But I don't know why I didn't get emails for that, Grandma, because I got emails for the skincare. I have not tried anything from Charlotte Tilbury in a while. The last sale was 50% off, says Alicia. And I keep hearing that Charlotte puts a lot of fragrance in her stuff. And that's why I'm just like, I have sensitive sinuses. I'm like, I can't do that. So we have 4 bronzers, House Labs. I wear them both. Deep Level 10 is the one I'll put down to here and then the perimeter of my face. It shows up rosy on me. And Medium Level 7, which y'all see that dip in there, I put that just like right here and lightly on the perimeter. This has a nice dip. And I love that her stuff is 24-month PAO because I will use it. And this bronzer from Sigma Bestie sent me. I use these 2 the same way as I use the House Labs. This one came free with purchase. This one is the shade dark. So the dark one, I'll do like I use Deep Level 10. I'll put that from here to here in the perimeter. And then I'll take Deep and I'll just put it like right here and lightly on the perimeter and on my nose. And so if I reach for Sigma, I use the Sigma highlighter, the Sigma blushes. If I reach for the House Labs, I use the House Labs blushes and highlighters. Charlotte, let me check. I don't think it's like Chanel. Oh, you just got Hourglass the first time this year, Kat? What did you get? Share. So now we're moving to the other thing that had the palettes and the blushes. I was going to say brushes. I have 10 blushes. Out of bronzers, I had 6 and 7 highlighters, but now 5 because 2 are going into purgatory. So I have 10 blushes. I have to catch the rest on replay. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you, Janessa. We'll be chatting. I'm excited for Friday. We have 7 of our... You got the Dragon palette? Oh, that's exciting. I really do like Hourglass powders, though. I think you'll really like it. I didn't buy any this year. Because I realized a couple years ago, because I had I had the Snake palette and I had Tiger. And I realized I wasn't really using them. And even though I really liked how they looked on me, you know what it was? I felt like I was limited. because everything was in the palette. They are subtle and they are really pretty. And it's the finish of them is just really beautiful on the skin. But I felt limited because if I picked up that, it had my highlighter, had like 2 blushes to choose from, something in there I could use for a bronzer. And so I was like, okay, let me use this. Whereas having singles of stuff, I'm like, I can pick this one, I can pick that one, I can pick this one, I can pick that one. Even though you can pick and choose between the highlighters and blushes in the Hourglass palettes, I just felt like I was confined to that palette. And I know I put that feeling on myself because if I'm picking something that has everything in it, why pull a blush from somewhere else? You know what I mean? And I would travel with it because just take the one thing. Hey, Arlene, you are on time, Arlene. You think you're going to purchase the Lily palette? Daphne Daps Makeup, she did a video on the Lotus palette. Yeah, the bronzers ain't work for her. She was just like, But then Denise, she purchased it and it bronzed her. But Daphne is a little bit deeper than Denise, though. And so it really just depends on your complexion and what you want to use it for. Because even if Hourglass is saying it's a bronzer, for somebody else, it might be a finishing powder. Because in Snake and Tiger, the finishing powders was a bronzer for me. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on your complexion and what you want to use it for. Because you can use anything anywhere. It doesn't have to be what they say. I will say though, Tony, wait for a sale because I think it's $90. The Sephora sale is coming up. If you're sorry to poke you in the eye, if you're Rouge, that sale is coming up. Tanya says, Tarlene, after seeing your excited one. Yeah, you have a critic by the blush. Yeah, and it's just choose what you want. So I have 7 blushes. I have 5. Y'all know these are House of Labs. These are the big ones. I have 5 of those. And then I purchased the 2 little new ones. I'm still in some kind of way because the packaging is so small because I can't put them together because I put stuff in size order. And so what I usually do is, so right here are the blushes. And so usually I'll just pick a House Labs blush at random because they all look the same. But if I want to make sure I use one of these 2, I just pick one of these at random. So I'm not picking from the 7 of them at random. It's just the 2. So I'm kind of peeved because I got stuff in size order. Both of these Bestie sent me. This is a cream blush from Sigma. It is really pretty on me. Prior to that, she sent me this blush from Sigma. Very pretty on me. And she also sent me a ColourPop blush. And what I use this for, when I put on the cream Sigma blush, I'm not getting rid of none of my blushes or none of the highlighters. Well, 2 are in purgatory. None of my bronzers are going to purgatory. So what I do is I put the Sigma cream blush on, and then I put the ColourPop on top of it. And even though these look way different, the ColourPop, all this does is mattify the Sigma cream blush, which seems like it wouldn't. It looks like it would make it darker, but it doesn't. So that to me was really strange. And it might be because on my bare skin, I am backwards. On my bare skin, this shows up a little bit. So maybe that's why it just mattifies this because this is close to my skin tone. And so, but I do use these together when I do use them, excuse me. So that is the blushes, highlighters. What my thought was, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. Because I don't use some of my 6 pans and my quints a lot. I'm thinking of just putting all those in purgatory. The only time I think to use them is when there's a particular look that I need to do. Like when I was in that class, I'm like, oh, I got a bright blue and such palette. And so we're going to start our palettes from here over our palettes. Oh my God. I don't know why I keep picking this thing up. So, I'm thinking these are going into purgatory. These are the House Labs, which I do really like. I just don't use them. And also, y'all, what I think messed me up was that month being in that class, because it was just picking out stuff to do looks versus just me just using stuff. You know what I mean? And so I think that kind of messed me up. But people didn't like these. I love these. I just don't use them. I just don't use them. So these are going to go in purgatory. It's like an education and indie palette. And the PAO is December 2025. So these are good for another year. So even if I don't miss them and I see them in 2 months and be like, oh, okay, these are here, I'll use them. Like, they'll be here. Yes, Lunar Nightshade is in here too, which I love, but I don't use them. This is a palette that I put together, Natasha Denona Shadows, and I forget where they came from, but this is like a nice, where am I going? I don't know where I'm going. But these are just nice colors. It's not a cohesive look. Everything in here is a shimmer. I think this is a cream to powder. Everything else is a metallic. And so I put these in here from somewhere, and these are Natasha Shadows, but I think I want to use them once since this has been in here. And so I'm like, if I haven't used it and I don't know when, then this can go in purgatory too. All right, y'all. Tapograth. I did use Lunar Nightshade for, I used these two, the blues. I used this one, I believe, for one of the looks we had to do. It might have been that blue look. I don't know if y'all seen it already. One of my online academy assignment critique feedback type things. Oh, y'all didn't see? I don't think y'all saw that one yet. But I pulled this for the blue. And that's what I was saying earlier, where if I needed a certain color, I'm like, oh, I have that and such and such. But just like, and I really love this palette. I just, I see it sitting here and I just go right past it. So that's going in purgatory. Oh, let me tell y'all, I have 83 eyeshadow palettes. And that includes the quads, the quints. I've thought of putting a bunch of stuff in the box and change it up once in a while to cycle through your makeup. Some people do those too, and they call them Shop My Stash. But this one is Bronze Bliss, which I didn't expect to like as much as I did. But I don't use it. I love the creamy formula of the metallics that's in these palettes. That's in this one, that's in this one, and that's in these two. I just don't use them. Hey, Michelle, I was talking about you earlier because I'm putting stuff in purgatory, and I was telling them why I call it that. Because I used to set stuff aside, but I just never called it that. But I've been calling it that because I heard you say that. And this is Bronze Ecstasy, which I love. This gave me a nice smoky look. I was surprised, but I just don't use it. So this is going in purgatory. And these are only good for 12 months. When does this supposedly die? March next year. So if I happen to see these and they're about to die, I'm going to just let them die. Oh, my. The PAO for Lunar Nightshade is November. Oh. Okay, well, that's just want to be trashed. What am I wearing on my eyes? Look, this is that new Notoriously Morbid palette. So we did, this is look number 1, and this is look number 2. And between both of these looks, we used all 9 shades. She's pretty. But I'm not going to post that till after I post the Nomad stuff. And the palette did come today, so tomorrow night we're going to do live swatches. And this one is Bronze Bliss. I just don't use them, y'all. So that's going in purgatory too. And this one is Bordeaux Bliss. This gave me an amazing smoky look. I was like, what? But I just don't ever wear it. And this is kind of painful for me, but I'm like, if I haven't used it and I don't know how long, am I going to miss it not being with all my other stuff? And the answer is no. Thank you, Locke. These are limited edition from MAC. And y'all know I was all over these when they first came out. Like the 5 pants for travel, but I have not gone anywhere in a while. Yeah. This one is Sparkle Storm, and these are limited edition. This is really pretty. I love MAC shadows. I don't always go for the high shine shimmer shimmer. MAC just goes on. It looks pretty. You have a satin type finish, and then you have your mattes, and it's just easy. No mess, no fuss, no muss. And I really like them, but I just don't use them. So that's going in purgatory. And these were limited edition. And MAC stuff lasts for years. Because they don't have a period, which means they should be good for at least 30 months after you open them. So these still have at least like 2 more years in them. Purgatory is they're just going to sit there. And if I miss it, then I'll pull it back out and put it back with my regular stuff. If I completely forget and I'm like, oh, what's in this box? And I'm like, oh, damn, this has been here for 3 months. If it's been there that long, I could just get rid of it. So right now, they're just going in purgatory. You wanted that limited edition palette, but passed sadly. Which one? Because they had 2 6-pans and they had the 12-pan. This one is Cabin Fever. And all of them were so pretty. I just don't use them. And then when I look at something like this, I'm like, I kind of have bronzes, but none of the shades are dupes, though, to stuff that I have. So these are like unique colors, even though I could do something similar with something else. And that's why I got rid of the other 6-pans, which I put in my kit, actually. The bronze one, Embedded in Burgundy, and Encrypted Kryptonite, because I did one look with Pat and one look with one of those, and some of the looks look the same. And so that's why I put those in my kit. I did have them in my Macari store. I took them out and put them in my kit. But this is so pretty. This is easy. You cannot go wrong with these colors. And I used to travel with it. This the one you're talking about, Michelle, right? You know, like small palettes. Purgatory before Macari. Actually, I don't know. Because I put stuff in Macari, then I took some stuff out and put in my kit. And then some of the stuff I put in my kit from Macari, I'm actually going to toss. But I might use them first. Hopefully they won't burn my eyelids off. This is the one you're talking about, right? It's Nobody's Business. This is a pretty ass. And the packaging? And they were smart. They put these out like around October last year. Hey, Jennifer, how you been, girl? They put these out in like October last year for like the winter season, which was good because like now they're putting out stuff for spooky season, but then it's like, okay, by the time you get it, Halloween be over. So they had put these out like 2 months before like December, which was awesome. I'm glad you're doing good. This palette surprised me. I think I did looks the first time by Rose. Oh my God, y'all, this. And I don't think I might have used it once or twice since then. I just don't reach for it. And there's no reason except I got all the other stuff. And when I look at the colors, I don't have any dupes. That's one thing I can say is I do not have dupes for MAC. I mean, yeah, with the other 6-pans, the connecting color, you know, looks look the same as some of the motherships. And some of them is going to purgatory. Y'all gonna be like, yeah, I said it. But I just don't reach for it. And so I'm thinking of a series to do, which I was talking to Bestie about, and she gave me a title for it. So when I announced that, like how I said why I started saying purgatory was from Michelle. When I give the title for that, I'm gonna give Bestie credit for that. I do give credit where credit is due. These, I'm keeping these. These are the other MAC 12 pans. Y'all, I travel with these. These are so easy. This is Unfiltered Nudes. This palette, it looks so basic, but you know what? I can get so many different looks out of here. Yes, they're all kind of this, you know, mid-tone, mid-range, but I can go light, I can go ethereal, I can go smoky, I can do grungy with this because of this shade right here, this kind of mustard shade. Yo, this is not going in purgatory. But I'm gonna tell you what though, if I don't use this in a couple months, it might go in purgatory. But then I'm not tracking what's not going in purgatory, so I don't know. This one I'm definitely keeping. Excuse me. This is Hi-Fi. Hi-Fi color. This is fun. This is. Excuse me. Yes, the motherships, Tony. Yes, the motherships. Girl, that is pretty. You single-handedly keeping MAC in business. And the Pride palette. Oh my God. And I've been meaning, and I've been wondering, like, should I just go in and just to see if it's still one left and just buy it and hold on to it for a giveaway? But that's a lot of money though. This is beautiful. This is so much fun. This disappointed me. This did not show up on me at all. It's not hard pan, but whatever this is, it would not pick up on the brush. It would not go on my lid. This is just like a really pale, pretty transition color. It's a beautiful palette with the brown tones. Yeah. This palette right here is so much fun. And you know what? Let me see something. This is the Pride palette. Let me see something. Trying to get the glare off of here. Okay. So we have yellows. We have a black. Is there a black in here? Yeah, we have a black. Actually, Santa Stilettos. This one is a soft black. This is Carbon, which is a black. Like it's black. And so we have lime green. So almost everything in here is in the Pride palette. Oh my God, I felt it. Look at my finger got stuck. Ow. My finger, this one. Ow. I felt it cramping, but then it got stuck. Oh shit. Why does my body act like it's like 92? Did y'all see that? It was like down here and stuck. Fuck. Oh my God. I was holding something one time with this hand and like my thumb got stuck. my one of my main disabilities is fibromyalgia / chronic joint pain. And so I do deal with stuff like that. But what the fuck is that? So it seems like, now I'm scared to do it. So it seems like I might have to really look at these. But the thing is, some of these have shifts. But it does look like almost everything in here is in here. I might have to think about that. But you know what? I'm not going to think about it. Because you know why? If I just want those fun colors, Hi-Fi is only 12 shades. I'm not traveling with this 40 pan Pride palette. So we're going to keep the Hi-Fi color because we ain't traveling with this monstrosity. This is staying here. So yeah, we are going to keep this. We are going to keep this because this is just a lot of fun. Damn, the fuck? That was very painful. Because it gets stuck, but it's like you could feel it just like a cramp. Oh my gosh. So we're keeping that one. This one I was surprised about. This one is, yeah, I wouldn't travel with that huge palette. So I thought that would be perfect for a kit, but I mean, the thing is too big. This is Future Flame. And this reminds, I did looks with this compared to Sunlit Seduction. And the looks were almost the same. And this is a lot less messy. It's not as heavy as a brick. And you have more variety in here. I did some pretty looks with this. I'm definitely keeping this one. I think all these palettes in here we're keeping. This is Night Seeker. This is what's on my eyes right now. We're keeping this. Excuse me for the glare. I'm trying to get it where you can see it. Yes, we used all 9 of these today. And that was not a good representation of the colors because it's so reflective. I can't really give you a good view. So that is staying. All right, let me take everything out of here because the tall ones in the back these are all lethal. This is Velvet Dusk. We're keeping all the lethals. Night Flower. And I think I mixed Night Flower with something else. This is a BYOP. And Lethal Shadows have a 24-month PAO. BYOP, lethal, lethal. And I think we have more. We have a few more lethal, but they're with the larger palettes. These are, let me see. You know what? Let me move this over here while it's still half empty. So I don't have to be trying to pick it up when it's full. And at the end, we'll go through and see everything. Sorry for shaking. That's in purgatory. Y'all know we keep in grunge life. You already know that. You already know grunge life ain't going nowhere. This is a fun palette. This is a palette that I do think about. Like some I'll be like, I have something else, but I can't think of what it is. But this, I'll be like, grunge life. Yeah. So this one is not going anywhere. Because some palettes, now do y'all have some palettes? You never tried Lethal? If you want a good introduction to Lethal, I would suggest when their large mystery bags go on sale. Lock, I did contact them. From when before y'all were telling me contact them when I did the 669 palette, dude. They have, towards the end of the year or around this time of year, they'll have their large mystery bags on sale for 50% off. And I always order 2. And I always get, at least in one of them, I do always get an empty palette. And each one, I will get 4 shades. Sometimes you might get duplicate shades. And they do tell you if you order more than one, you might get duplicate shades. And then there'll be a lipstick, there'll be an eyeliner, it'd be a thing of stickers. And then it'll be like something else. But for 50% off, they get 6 like full-size items, even though they include the stickers as an item. But so that would be a good introduction to the shadows and to their lipsticks. This finger is still sore. Their shadows and their lipsticks and their eyeliner. And if they send you an empty palette too, you can put your shadows in there. But that's what I recommend just to get a feel for Lethal, especially when the large mystery bags are on sale. And I usually get 2. I didn't get 2 last year because I purchased, they had a clearance page for eyeshadows and other stuff. And so every eyeshadow I didn't have that was on clearance, I purchased it. And so when the bags went on sale, I didn't purchase it because I'm thinking those were going to be the same shades as the ones that were on sale. And I'm trying to find it. And this is it right here. And what surprised me was, for these to be all clearance and for me just to buy them because I didn't have them already, it makes a cohesive palette, don't it? And I did looks with this, and it was just like, I only purchased them because I didn't have them. Some were like $4, some were like $6, and it made a cohesive palette. I was shocked. I was like, what? I'm like, the Trove do that thing? So I didn't order the mystery bags because I'm thinking they'll be the same shades. This one, you built the carpet, never bought anything. And when you build a palette, you get a percentage off. So this Lethal BYOP, yes, I kept it. This is my 669 dupe. And here's my label with the shades. So this is my 669 palette. And y'all did, and Nina's not in here right now, I don't think, but she encouraged me and some other people encouraged me to contact Lethal about a collab. And I did do that. I did a video, we did by rows, because I did these in the same order that they look to be in the Martine palette. And the looks, they were not duplicated, but it was the vibes were the same. It was really good. So I was really proud of myself. Like, I really duped that palette. And so I did contact them, and they wrote me back after a couple of days. They're not looking for new partners this time, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Thank you for your interest, da, 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 da. But I did contact them, though, y'all. But they said no. Very politely, they said no. Okay, I was catching up on comments. I think, oh yeah, okay. All right, another Lethal. This is a 6-pan. Oh, that orange shade is flaky. This is not orange to you. This is orange to me. And I can't get you to see what I see. But these flakes down here, that's from this one. And they ain't even blow off. So this is just a random smoky, grungy, Lethal palette. This is In My Dreams. The one I purchased from Selling Cosmetics only because it was on sale for $29.16 and it was in stock, which means it shipped out like the next day. And I really like this palette. What sets it off is this shade right here. But I was pleasantly surprised at the looks that I did with this palette. This one has sparkles in it. This blue one right here. And it's really nice. This is a dual chrome. These two have those flakes. This has sparkles. These two, this, and this are mattes, which did not bother me at all. I'm wondering though, do I want to put this in purgatory? I'm going to put this in purgatory. I know I just said how much I loved it because I don't use it that often, and I don't even think to use it that often, even though I really like it. And everything I'm putting in purgatory I do like, I just don't use it. So that's okay. I need to make space for purgatory. So that's going in purgatory. Who is texting me? I am so rude. Oh, hey, dude. All right. Oh, I got to put that back in the sleeve. I have a feeling I'm going to end up taking that out. You know what? I'm not putting that in purgatory because I'm already like... So you see how quick I'm like, no, I'm keeping it. These are Notoriously Morbid, and we do have more. This is Gold Dust Woman I got not too long ago. If you want me to open any of these up, just let me know. This is... And these Gold Dust Woman I purchased. Nice Seer is the one that came in PR. Stone Cold Medusa, this came in PR. If you want to see any of these, let me know. Bog Witch. Oh, I'm going to show y'all this one. I purchased... Oh, that light went out. Y'all look at this. Y'all know I was getting this one. So I did buy this one because it's straight grunge. I'm going to switch out this light. How long have we been on here? Oh, my Lord. All right, we're going to put this one over here. I don't think it really made that much of a difference, though. I know I'm shaking y'all, and I apologize. You need the keys to my purgatory. Oh, let me tilt that. Oh, my Lord. Whew. That was bright. This one I purchased, Paint the Town Red. This is a nice palette. This is a nice one. I like that one. This one I purchased. This one, how about doing a makeup tutorial each week with a palette from Purgatory? That's kind of what my idea almost was for my thing. This one, Madame Violet, I purchased it. I purchased this because you had it, Tony. And I'm like, she got one I ain't got. And I'm not feeling it. You know what it is? Oh, my neck. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's a purple palette. And I was disappointed that it was a purple palette. And I'm going to tell you why. Because like Paint the Town Red, everything doesn't come out red. You have these deep smoky tones at the bottom. You have this is a dual chrome because I'm seeing purple. And this is showing up. You're seeing purple on my end. This is like a copper, green, brown. So this is not a red palette. And Bog Witch, this is not a green palette. I got so many different looks out of here. And so when I got Madame Violet, I'm like, that ain't a red palette. I mean, purple palette. Yeah, it is. And you do need to love purples to love this palette. Because I think I did 3 looks and they all was purple. And I was just like, so this is my least favorite. She going to Purgatory. But she's new, though. I just opened this August 26th. Man, it's been 2 months. I'm going to put this in Purgatory because that's going to feed into the idea that I had of stuff to do. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Web Weaver, this came in PR. This one, is this the one where one of the shades was unusable? Or that might have been Rusted Ellis. I love purple palettes too, but I need them to have some variety in it. And it did not have much. And that's what disappointed me about it. And that's why I'm like, so it is in Purgatory. And we'll see what happens with that. This is Web Weaver. This came in PR. And this was the second one. The first one, this had a crack in it. This had a chip in it. That was something was wrong with that one. These two didn't have the imprints, which wasn't a big deal. But because these 3 had cracks and this one was partially gone, she had them send me another one. But this is a nice palette. So this is Web Weaver. I don't think to use it often for no particular reason. And so this one is going to stay. But I'm thinking if I put it in Purgatory, that'll make sure that I use it sometime in the near future, meaning probably by Christmas. This one, this is Rusted Essence 3. This is the shade that did not want to pick up, it did not want to put down. Those shades are, what are you saying, Tony? Oh, finicky. In Web Weaver, we're finicky? Or in Madame Violet, we're finicky? This is the shadow. This did not want to pick up, but when I used a stiff brush, I was able to pick up and put on a lower lash line. But trying to use this on my lid, but the rest of the palette was fine. Y'all know I love this bottom row because it is dark and it's grungy. Just this one shadow. And so I do like the palette. The colors are right up my alley. You got that grunge thing, but it's just disappointing that one shadow, which is really pretty, doesn't want to show up. Okay, so y'all, that was that. So that was that. Let me get my paper that's in here. That told me I had 83 palettes. My sweet spot is around 60. One thing, oh, you know what I had forgotten? I forgot again. Remember when I had this is from Dude's mom that passed away, her fashion fair bag that I showed y'all, and I put my Fenty stuff in here from when I did my Fenty face. I ain't used this stuff since then, and I had forgot it was in there, and I had to go back and recount my stuff. So we do have an eyeshadow palette in here. Oh gosh, I can't. What? Wait a minute. And I do like the look I had. I don't think I remember when I used this that I said I don't think this is one of the ones I purchased before. Madame Violet is finicky. And I do like this palette. So I need to sit it out and not keep it in here because I had forgot. So we're going to put this over there. And blush / highlighter. This side I use because I didn't want to buy separate. So I use this as a blush and I use this as a highlighter. This one is Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule. And they was really pretty on me. So I need to put that where the bronzers are, where the highlighters are. And two bronzers I had got, Caramel Cutie, and I used to have this back in the day, Caramel Cutie and Bajan Gal. And I use these the same way I use House Labs and the Sigma. The least darkest one I bring all the way to here and a perimeter, and the darkest one I just put right here and lightly on the perimeter. And so we're going to put these with the other bronzers. We are keeping these. I really have forgot they were in here. I'm like, what's in that bag? Oops. So we are going to keep those. Let me look at Madame Violet again. I'll put her in purgatory. Yeah, I was just disappointed that it's really a purple palette. Excuse me. It's really a purple palette. And even though, like, when you're in, this is looking blue. On my end, this is a light purple. And it shows up light purple. And this has like it's just, what I might need to do is just do a 2 shadow look. Because this is 3 on the lid. This is 3 on the lid. 1, 2, 3 on the lid over. So maybe I just need to do like maybe this one, like on the lid, and put this maybe on outer corner and this for outer V or something, and not use like 3 or 4 shades on the lid, because y'all know I be using a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's it. Tony, should I keep this in purgatory or not? I'm asking you because you have it too. Because I'm thinking if I put it in purgatory, I'll probably use it quicker than if it was with my regular stuff. Which sounds weird because the point in purgatory is to get rid of it eventually, maybe, possibly. But I just did not like that. Everything, it was just purple. And I didn't think it was going to be, because Bog Witch looks green and it's not. The other one that looked something, it wasn't. And even one of the Spellcast Beauty ones, it looked like it was going to be all green and it wasn't. You find it limiting, and that is not a Dion. I was just so surprised, Tanya, that it is a purple palette, because the other ones that look monochromatic are not. And so I was just like, but then, it could be my expectations, because I didn't expect it to be a purple palette, and it is. So it's not the palette's fault. But I am putting it in purgatory because I will use it quicker than if it's not. Maybe by Christmas. So I think my expectations were just off, because I was expecting something other than what it was. All right, so some of this stuff is going in purgatory. So this is a little witchmajigget. And so we have Lethal Berlin 89. When does this die? Oh, this says it expired last month. September 2024. And y'all know I got this back in the day because it was grungy. I did a collab with Shawnee with this, and we did each other's aesthetic. So she did a smoky look, and I did an ethereal look. And I was surprised, excuse me, that I actually did get a pretty ethereal look out of here. I was just like, oh, that was different because I would have never thought to do an ethereal look with this. We're going to use it, and we're going to see if it's still good. As I said before, Lethal's PAO is 24 months, and the 24 months was reached September 2024. Hi, my name is Dion. I'm a label whore. And so I'm not putting it in purgatory. Yeah, I am. I'm going to put it in purgatory only because I'll get to it quicker and to see if it's still good or not. This is going in the trash. This is Pat McGrath's Sunlit Seduction when I depotted the 3 celestial shades. I have not used, I used this one once for one of the assignments because we had to do a glossy look or something. And so I opened it and I'm like, oh, I got to go. My neck, damn. I need a massage, y'all. That's what I need. But I have not used any of these except this one. I don't use this one since I put it in here. And so I had to glue it in because it wasn't magnetic, but I can just pop these out and keep the container. But these 3 are going in the trash. These are from Sunlit Seduction. I'm like, I'll use them. This right here is pretty. Oh my God. That is a pretty shade. I never used it since I put it in here. So that's going in the trash. Not purgatory. Trash. Those 3 are going in the trash. Oh, man. I know I said I was getting rid of my little palettes, but I'm not. I just love her formula. These are Natasha. These are 4 Natashas. Xenon. And I was going to pair this with something. If I just want a sparkle, or I just want a black, or a gray, like this I did a look on its own and I loved it. But then also just to pick up just for if I just want a particular color. These 2 make me borderline ashy depending on what I do with it. This is Stan. This is so freaking cute. This is the pastel palette. This is so freaking cute, y'all. And I thought some of these were going to make me look dusty. Excuse me for snapping loud in your ear, but they did not. This one is the Mini Zendo palette. Love Mini Zendo and the Midi too. Yup, I love the Midi too. Love Mini Pastel. Yup. I think she had a sale or something. And I was like, oh, I'm getting it. And I got Mini Rose. And y'all know I don't be doing these types of tones, but this is so cute. And I love that they have this dark brown in here because then I can deepen up anything. Because y'all know I don't be really wearing these tones. Says me who bought golden and I need a warm and recently I need a nude. What the fuck is wrong with me? But anyway, you know what gets me? Her formula. I love her formula and it just works. Okay, we have 3. And Natasha's PO was 24 months. I love Mini Trio Chrome. I didn't get the Mini Trio Chrome. I had Trio Chrome. And I did a look with the first 2 rows. My lids did not like that Trio Chrome formula, so I never tried the 3rd one. So when she came out with the Mini Trio Chrome, I'm like, I'm not even getting it because I'm not going to be able to use the Trio Chrome color. Those deals in her formula will get me. Yes, Tanya, they get me every time. We have 3. Y'all know what these are. That black lacquer. This one says it dies in November this year. This one, December this year. This one I purchased from Macari, February this year. I know I purchased something from Macari. Who am I? Because y'all know I'll be skittish about people's stuff. I like it because it's blue. It was pretty. But I knew my lid wasn't going to tolerate the multi-chrome color. So I was like, This is Ritualistic Rose, Astro Blitz Quad. I've used this, I think, 3 times. I never use my pet quads, and I have like 8 or more OMG. I think I'm gonna put these in purgatory. The looks I did with this, I think I did at least 2, were so pretty, very ethereal, but they were very pretty. And so I cannot remember when I last used it. I cannot. So that's going in purgatory. Oh my God, y'all, like she put in patent. Yep. This one I'm keeping. Nocturnal Nirvana. Look at these colors. Y'all know what though? I could get rid of it because remember I did one look with this on one eye And I did Lethal Cosmetics on the other eye. Lethal blew this out the fucking water. And the thing is Lethal was bold. The green I used was bold. The blue was bold. The gold was bold. This was really just muted. But before I did that comparison, I'm like, oh, I love this palette. When I compared it to Lethal, Lethal was like, Pat who? Pat was in Lethal's dust. But then I said, if I do just want something simple and not just like, wow, bam, boom, it would be this one. But Lethal was so much brighter, bolder. Oh my God, it was a beautiful look. Yes, Michelle. Don't sleep on ritualistic rose. I haven't used any of these quads in so freaking long. So it's in purgatory, which means I'm gonna have so much stuff in purgatory. We're gonna have a week of hell. We're gonna call it that, week of hell. We're gonna make it out of hell. Yeah, but that knocked this out the box. But I said I was going to keep it because if I want to just tone down, I could do this. But y'all know I don't. I mean, even though like this one is toned down, but it has that grunge factor to it. Like this. I'm gonna see if I can find it really quick. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. I know we are going to be here long anyway. It was this palette. Was it this palette? It was this palette. This row right here, this middle row, those are all the shades we used because you see the two blues, you see the greens, you see this, I can't see where I'm going, this turquoisey color right here, and then this gold. So we did one eye with this middle row, and we did the other eye with this. This middle row knocked this out the box. This was so bold and so bright. It was just like, bam. I know, Michelle, and you know what? And I posted on my community tab, and people are like, "Oh, that's a perfect dupe." But when I put them on, this right here, it was so much color. So you know, I could get rid of this because that middle row, I was like, "Damn!" So they look like they're dupes, but when you put them on, this right here, this was like a muted version of Lethal, and I was just like, "Damn, Lethal to knock Pat out." Pat was out for the count for like 2 days. But I was just like, oh my gosh. So this is going in purgatory. Because if I want that, I know where to go to get it, but it'll be more like, and that look always good. This is the one I purchased off of Macari because I like the Blitz Astro quads. And I noticed that she wasn't making them anymore. Yeah, they did look like exact dupes. And when I put it on my community tab, this was probably a year ago. This was a while ago. Excuse me. And people were like, oh my gosh, they look exactly the same. But when I did the looks and I had people guess which was which, some people guessed right and some people guessed wrong. Because some people automatically thought that Pat was going to be like pow. You know what I'm saying? But no, Pat was like, and Lethal was like. So this is the one I purchased from Macari. And I got a nice smoky look out of this. And I really like it. This one is not going in. This one is not going in purgatory because it gave me that depth and that smoke. The first time I used it, I was like, My only thing was, I was like, how long does she have this? You know what? She had said she had swatched like 2 colors and that was it or something like that. And it came in the box, came with the paper, which I cut it because it has the names on it. Because I know I always label stuff when I know what stuff is. This is not going into purgatory, but the other 2 are. Oh my gosh, we got another Lethal. Lethal is just everywhere. Isn't it close to Bronze Seduction? No. I don't even think I have Bronze Seduction anymore. I'm fiddling with my mother shits. You know what? I don't have Bronze Seduction anymore. But no, it's not. This is more bold than Bronze Seduction. No, I don't have it anymore. This is more bold than Bronze Seduction. This is more bold. This color is a lot deeper, and this color right here is deep. Yeah. This is another Lethal. This is a hodgepodge. Some of these were 2 of these. This one here and this one came in a large mystery bag, and these were on clearance, I think. And this was a duplicate from when I ordered 2 of the large mystery bags. But I did a look with this, and this made a cohesive look. I was surprised. I was just like, Lethal just works. Like, no matter what you do, it's going to look right. Okay, these ads are popping out. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. And that just, I don't know. I think YouTube is doing something where they are changing stuff. Because I didn't hear till like last live, Tanya said she was seeing ads, and nobody had ever said that to me before. So I was just like, huh? So that's strange. Did y'all know YouTube, I think they're starting it next week, that YouTube, you'll start to be able to do shorts up to 3 minutes. Did y'all know that? I was in one of them creator community, they were saying it, and then the next day, people were putting out videos, new YouTube update, and I'm just like, I don't know. These came in PR. These are Spellcast Beauty, which is the sister brand to Notoriously Morbid. You can get them from the Notoriously Morbid site. If you're interested, I do have affiliate code down below. You get 15% off, and I also get store credit off of your purchase. Notoriously Morbid, because they hand press, they hand make, they hand mix, and it can take you months to get it. Where Spellcast Beauty is made in a factory, so if you order just Spellcast Beauty stuff, you should get it quicker. But Tony told me in one of the lives, if you order Notoriously Morbid stuff and Spellcast Beauty stuff, they don't even send Spellcast Beauty to your Notoriously Morbid orders ready, which I think is some bullshit, because why say you'll get it quicker if you still gotta wait? But anyway, I'm just letting y'all know that, because when I order stuff, I want to get it and not wait for like months. I try to keep your shorts under 9 seconds because of it. 3 minutes. Yep, that is long. No one even watches past 15 seconds. Yeah, they are lengthening. They are lengthening shorts. And the thing is, they started with the shorts, trying to keep up with TikTok and Instagram. But now TikTok, people are doing live streams. On Instagram, people be doing hour-long live streams. And I'm torn with shorts because I like doing long form. I like watching long form. And some people do find me from shorts, but they don't cross over into watching my long form. So it's like, do I still keep doing shorts? You know what I'm saying? So it's an even mix between who watches only shorts, who watches only long form, and who watches both. So they're all three are evenly spaced out, which is good. But I do not like shorts. I do not like shorts. So these, I did not like Over the Rainbow. Because you watch both, Tanya, I appreciate it. I never downloaded TikTok. The only TikToks I see are if somebody sends me a link to one. But I have not, and it says, do you want to open in TikTok? I say no. So I just watch it from the link. I don't, and I'm not on my makeup Instagram anymore. But it's just ironic how it's like, oh, let's do all this shorter content, and now you can do all this long stuff on TikTok and on Instagram. So it's like, what was the point? You're not getting TikTok? Me neither. I'm like, I refuse. The first 2 times I tried this, I didn't like it. And this is one of purgatory. It's really pretty. Tanya, you too old for TikTok? I think I am too. That is not, my attention span is longer than 20 seconds. I just can't be sitting there every 20 seconds trying to find something else to watch. I just cannot. It is fun, Michelle, but this texture, you see how smooth they are and how creamy they are. You see the prints from the brushes. Every single one of these crease on me. And I use a Fenty primer, which stuff just sticks to it. But they're just so creamy. And it wasn't until I think the last look I did, I was like, oh, this look is really pretty. Because you just got your order last week. I hope you really like it, Tony. They go on nice. They pick up nice. It's not a lot of fallout, but they just all crease on me. And some of these on my lids look exactly the same. And I'm just like, so what was the point? And I did an experiment where, these are super creamy because the dips are from me putting a brush in it. Like, it is just crazy. It's just like, you see these dips and these craters? That's me trying to get on the brush. So I put, I think, Contemplative State, which is like a mustard paint pot. And I put Black Mirror paint pot here. And I put one of the colors on. It looked the same over both of the bases. And I'm like, so what's the point? Like, you're supposed to look different. But the last look I did with it, I really liked. But that's going in purgatory. And these were sent to me from the brand. I hope they ain't watching this. This is Cherry Bomb. I can't with creasing. I would never use that palette again if it creases on me. And then I thought maybe I put too much, but then like the second time, the whole thing creased, and I'm just like, ugh. This palette, this formula, and this one is the same as the one I just showed you. But these two and these two is a really nice formula. But this says Cherry Bomb, and it's a red palette. It's a red palette. The looks were pretty. I want to say this is going in the trash. I'm gonna put this in purgatory. And the same thing with like Madame Violet being all purple. I don't want an all purple palette. I don't want an all red palette. And I know some people, they always go into different palettes to do looks. I don't mind it being an option. I don't want it to be a requirement to get a cohesive look that I have to go into 2 or 3 palettes. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of a deterrent for me. And I don't just want to keep it and be like, well, one day if I want a red. So that's going to purgatory. But I have a feeling that's going to end up in the trash. This one is Violet Thoughts. This one, y'all. Remember when I said I dropped the plastic paper? And these have a 24-month PAO too. How come I have one here? The PAO is 2027. That's supposed to be 2026. Oh, y'all, these are 36 months. The PAO is 36 months. This is good for 3 years after you open it. Remember I was saying how Madame Violet, I didn't expect it to be a purple palette. What you see is what you get, right? I did a look. One look one eye, one look the other eye. This is not a purple palette. It looks like it is, right? It is not. And you see how creamy this one is. You see the dips in it. And that one creased a little bit on me. But the formula of these 5, though, look at that formula. Oh my gosh. This is not a purple palette. I was shocked. I was like, oh, this is not going to purgatory. No, ma'am, sir, ma'am. Jade Dreams. I thought it was going to be a green palette. I did one look, one eye, one the other eye. This is not a green palette. These shifts, y'all, I do have every palette that I'm showing you, I have a playlist for. Spellcast Beauty might just be Spellcast Beauty since it's only one palette, well, 4 palettes. And I think I might have done at least 2 looks with each palette. But if you want to see the looks, Jade Dreams, this is not a green palette. This, I was surprised. I was like, oh, this is staying. And all of these, there's only one that's really creamy in here, and that's this one. The rest of these, the formula is smooth. It just, this one's not going into purgatory. Not at all. And so that's what I was saying about how this looked like it's green and it's not. This looked like it's purple and it's not. Madame Violet, I didn't expect it to be purple. It was. I was like, what? Why you do that? The rest of them ain't do that. So we emptied out like half. Yeah, green, teal, and blue. Reminds you of a reptile. So we emptied out like half of this. So we're doing good, y'all. We got a lot in purgatory and just one for the trash. Y'all, we hate to run, but I got to get my kid to bed. Well, thank you for being here, Michelle. We'll be back tomorrow night. I'm going to be doing swatches of the new Nomad palette. All right, y'all. I am moving stuff because I'm not picking this up again. We're going to do the big one. We're doing the big one. And I think I should probably just, damn, but if I take all these out, oh my God. Woo. Heather, are you leaving too, or you're just saying good night to, oh, okay. All right, we already saw Pride palette. Y'all know this ain't going nowhere. Pride palette ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Fluid gender, non-binary. This palette ain't going nowhere. Nowhere at all. What I'm going to tell y'all right now, some kind of haunted is going in purgatory. And I remember I was on the fence about it before. 3 of these are not original. And I put tape over here because it was messy as hell and it just kept traveling everywhere. This is not original. This is a MAC shadow. That's a MAC shadow. That's a MAC shadow. These 2 crumbled on me. This one crumbled on me. This one crumbled on me. The one that was here, it didn't show up on me. So I'm like, why are you here? And I was on the fence about it. Oh, I'm bouncing back and forth between you and another live. It's really busy night with YouTube. I appreciate you bouncing. I need a massage, y'all. My neck I've been acting up for months now. But the last look I did with it, I really liked it. But I'm gonna still put it in purgatory because I'm still just, oh shoot, I don't think to use it. Oh my gosh. And I do not have a cloth over here, but I do have a roll of toilet paper. I got that palette when it dropped it. Some of the shadows flaked. So that's going in purgatory. This is going in purgatory. Hey Sylvia. This is going in purgatory. The Poltergeist. Only because quite a few of the shades show up the same. This shows up gray, this shows up gray, this shows up gray. And I'm like, it is a fun palette. These two shades kind of blend into each other. So it's not a lot of variety with 3 gray shades. And actually, this one kind of blends into this one, and this one kind of blends into that one. So there's not a lot of variety with it. It was fun while it lasted, Tanya said. Good night, Arlene. Are you going? Thank you for being here. Thank you. So that's going in purgatory too. And y'all know I love Notoriously Morbid. I paid for those. But y'all know I'm keeping, say it with me, beans and booty. Y'all know I'm keeping this one. This says it expires. Well, the PAO is March next year. And I'm going to keep it till it irritates my lids. And then if they still have it, I'm going to buy another one. This palette, I don't use it often, but I think about it often. I be thinking about beans and booty. I really do. I'll be like, yeah. Like that one just be on my brain. Like for real. Janessa, did Janessa go already? I am sorry. But Planet Spirit palette is going in purgatory. Janessa gifted me this. I just do not like the shimmers, the metallics, whatever they are. They just don't jive with me. And I kept using it because I'm like, okay, I'm just not used to it, but I just don't like them. I like that the colors are bold. The mattes in here are bold. The mattes in here are fine, but I don't want to just keep a palette just for the mattes. You know what I'm saying? And so this is going to go in purgatory. I'm going to have like a whole week of hell trying to do all these purgatory pictures. It is very colorful. I just don't jive with the shimmers. And I know people love Uden's Eye. The shimmers, and I know it's just a preference thing and what I'm used to. You know what I mean? But I kept trying it because I'm like, okay, Janessa was kind enough to send it to me. Let me just keep trying it. But Jolena from Lethal, the PAO is December this year. I love this palette. I love this palette. This gives me, if I want monochromatic, it gives me ethereal, it gives me grunge, it gives me smoke. This gives me everything I want. And because of that one, I almost did not get Midnight Serenade because I said Midnight Serenade is going to be a dulled down version of Jolena. You see what I mean? And it has more reds in it. Those reds and purples, they all show up the same on me. So it's like, why are y'all here? The looks were really pretty though. You was going to say the same thing, Tanya. Oh, ABH style palette. Yeah, this one, it does, right? It really does. And so I almost didn't get Midnight Serenade, excuse me for the glares from the lights. Because I'm like, it's just going to be like a dulled down Jolena. And it really is. Because you got the blue, you got the purple, you got the reddish tones, the pale white tones. But Midnight Serenade has, my neck, a black. Whereas Jolena doesn't. Jolena just has this dark brown, which is actually a reddish brown. But I got this one and I like it. Both of these are staying. I really just like Lethal's formula. And I showed y'all already. I need to do looks with both of these, the Esom palettes, because y'all did vote to see this. The top one is pretty. Midnight Serenade. This one, it is pretty. And if you like I'll say muted because Jolena is bold. but yeah, it is pretty. But I just didn't like, and one of my concerns was I said these reddish tones, these show up the same on me. Let me do it this way. These two show up exactly the same on me. And these two blend into each other on me. Because I put one on the first half of the lid, one on the second half of the lid, they're like the same shade. I did the same thing with these two. Same thing. And that's what I was concerned of. I don't like dupes within the palette. Because why are you here if you look like something else that's in here? But the looks were really pretty. Yeah, they do kind of look the same. And that's another reason I didn't get it. And then I'm like, I still have Jolena. But I ended up getting it. We are going to do looks with the Esom. We may do a week of Esom. Because I know y'all were saying do looks by columns. Because it's already set up that way. You have your gray look, you have your copper look, you have that brown greenish center row, you have your grays and blues, and then you have like your purples. And so they set it up that way. And so that's how we're going to do it. We're just going to go around and do those looks. I don't know when. These are not new no more, so nobody's talking about them anymore. But that doesn't stop me, does it? Nope. All right, these are all staying. Those do not excite me, but I'm sure you have bomb looks. I don't think they're going to really excite me either, Tanya, because Esom is like Viseart. It's kind of toned down. It's not. It might be something like this. It's not going to be boom, pow, bold, swampy, or whatever. It's going to be something like this. It will be pretty, but it's not going to be like Circle Loco or something like that. But we are. Oof. All right, I'm going to take these out and put these upside down. So when I show you, I can put them back. All of these are staying. Excuse me. Bestie sent me this. Thank you, Grace. She found it, at TJ Maxx or somewhere. I did 2 looks with this. One eye, one the other. We used everything in here. All the eyeshadows. We used this like back here. And we used this kind of as a blush topper. That was a pretty combination. I liked this palette more than I thought I would. I really did. And I was watching somebody's video and they were saying they bought the quad, which has 4 of these shades in it, because it was half off. And I'm like, yeah, well, Bestie got me this for like, I think it was like $20 at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or somewhere. And I remember saying if it went on sale, that burgundy, yeah, where am I at? Yeah, that's really pretty. And I remember saying if it went on sale somewhere, I would get it. And one of her TJ Maxx haul shorts or whatever, I texted her, how much was that? And she went and got it for me. And she wouldn't accept payment for it. But yeah, so that's how I have this. And I really like this. And these two together on me are pretty. So that's staying. These are all staying. Biba. And Biba has 4 Lila shades in it. These 4 right here are from Lila. Because the shades that were in here were like, they're not there on me. I just love her formula. This is, I call this my Trio Chrome Quint palette. Let me see. These 4 are from Trio Chrome. These 4 are from a different quint. These 4 are from a different quint. These 3 are from the Fez quint. So that's why I call this my Trio Chrome Quint palette. And I really like it. So that's staying. You got the mini Biba. Circle Loco ain't going nowhere. Yucca palette ain't going nowhere. I was thinking the other day when Fez 50 he was like, ew, I don't like that palette. Them colors are ugly. I went, Xenon, I did mix it with, after I did, I think, like 5 looks with it, I did put some retro glam shades in here. So this is what my Xenon looks like now, and I love it. This ain't going nowhere. None of my Natashas ain't going nowhere. Glam palette, this is mixed with some retro glam as well. So that's what it looks like. It's more tan girl friendly, I dare say. But I really like this palette too. And I'm a clown. This is the I Need a Nude. No, it's not. I Need a Warm. The looks were pretty, but just really basic. This is really basic. Like, easy, quick looks that you don't have to think about. Hey, Denise. I mentioned you earlier. I was watching Daphne's video on the Lotus palette and how she was saying that bronzer is not a bronzer for her. But then I was saying in here in the live, that when you used it, it was a bronzer for you, but that you're a little bit lighter than she is. So I did talk about you. So I'm just letting you know that I had mentioned that. The golden palette, I have 4 shades from Mini Star in here. The ones that don't fit because they're too small. This one, this one, this one, and this one. And since I did that, I like this palette a whole lot more. And it does give me more variety. That ain't going nowhere. This is the newest one. I purchased this for my kit. I need a nude. Is the video already scheduled? I think the video is already scheduled. I think 3 looks. Why can't I get straight? I'm crooked. I did get it for my kit, but I said, let me just try it. And the same as her other stuff, because I like her formulas. It's going to work. It's going to be easy. It's going to be simple, but you are going to get a basic look. I did 3 looks. 2 are in one video that's scheduled, and the third one is going to be by itself. And I did smoke it out, but my blending up here was like kind of harsh. But I did get my neck. I did get a really smoky look out of it that I liked, except the blending was kind of rough. But so you can get smoke out of here, and I don't think I've seen anybody do smoke with that. But I'm like, I'm gonna get me some smoke. Natasha gonna light up for me, damn it. And so this ain't going nowhere. Unearthly Aura from Notoriously Morbid. They sent me this. This is all multi-chrome, dual chromes. And when I used it all by itself, all multi-chrome and dual chromes. This palette is so friggin' pretty. And I really enjoy it. This is the palette I used when I did that martini look for Creative Art with Heart collab. But yeah, I love that one. We're going to take these out upside down too, so I can put them back. I don't think any of these are going anywhere. We're going to do Pat last. Some of Pat's is going in purgatory. Ireland Wild Atlantic Way was sent to me by the brand. And I know I was saying, I don't like all green or all whatever palettes, but I do like this palette. If I want a green, I know where to go. This one is a pressed pigment, so this is the only one that I cannot use out of here. And you can get different looks out of here. Just don't put 2 greens. Do anything and just 1 green, you won't get a green look. But if you add 2 greens, your look is going to be green. Because these greens are strong. These greens are green. And even though this is like a blue-green, it shows up green. This shows up almost like, it just has a green undertone. So if you put any of these together, you're going to have a green look. This was borderline ashy on me, but it depends on, I think it was this one. It depends on how high up I put it, though. But I do like this palette, and I do like the formula, and I'm appreciative that the brand sent it to me. This is Paradise Islands. This is still good. How long did I have this palette? This is from, did I just get this? How come I just opened this April this year? This is Paradise Islands. You know what? I think it might have been on sale. And I was like, let me just see. Because I know I like their formula. This is a pretty palette. And I do like the looks that I did. I don't know if I did looks by Rose or what. But I do really like this palette. So this is staying. I don't think to use it often. But when I look at it, I'm like, this is really pretty. Because y'all know I can do without like these kind of shades. This is a dual chrome. This on my end is showing up pink. But like these 2 rows. But everything in here does work for me, which is good. None of them make me look ashy or dusty. And the shimmers, metallic, satins, whatever you want to call them, are very pretty. So that's staying. Martine Cosmetics. Grandma was saying something new was coming out. So I'm going to have to look and see on their website. Oh my gosh, the PAO for this is November this year. Martine also has a 24-month PAO. So I've had this 1 month shy of 2 years. And I really like this palette. And I thought, would I do a lethal dupe for this? And I thought, no, I won't do a lethal dupe for this. But I can look at it and say I have some of these tones. But this is a very pretty palette. And if you want to see the looks I did with it, I do have a playlist for this palette. But this is very versatile too. Not the last time I used it, but I think the second to the last time I used it, I thought, what can I do that's different than what I've done before? And so I used this shade, this, and these and this one. It was a gray look, but it was so pretty. I was like, oh my God. Like, would you look at this and think to do a gray look? But I was trying to think of what to do that I had not done. It was so pretty. I was like, oh my God. This is a really pretty palette, and I love their formula. Ah, my neck. Y'all, what is happening? This ain't going nowhere. This is one of my favorite Nomad palettes. This one is Whistler Snow Lodge. And I just like the versatility in it. This blue is so friggin' bold. This is bold too, and it's really shiny. Like, this whole thing works for me. And I'm glad that they have this dark brown and they have a black, because usually Nomad, they don't have any deepening shades. And I know that's an issue for some people that are deeper for me. And it is valid, because, you know, if you're a deeper skin tone, you want something that's going to show up. And if everything looks like the top row, it's not going to work. This shows up really nice as well. This is a dual chrome. I think it shows up blue. But this is one of my favorite Nomad palettes, and it is a versatile palette for me, and I like it. And this is my second time having this. Oh, the PAO is October 2024. And Nomad does turn on me. And my theory is that it's whatever oil is in it. And this one has evening primrose oil in it. So I think it's the oil that goes bad. And so and I have sensitive lids too. So some people can use this 4 or 5 years. But for me, usually we're going to put this in purgatory just so I can use it to see if it's going to irritate my lids. Because for me, Nomad does kind of turn. What was it? Was it Haunted Europe or Berlin? It was Berlin Underground started irritating my lids. And for Haunted Europe, every shimmer in that palette creased on me from day one. And then towards 9 months or so, the PAO was only 12 months. Around 9 months or so, it started irritating my lids. So for me, Nomad does turn either the texture or it irritates my lids. And so we're only going to put this in purgatory to make sure I use it before Christmas, before December, or before the end of the year, just to see if it turned or not. So that's going in purgatory. This is my other favorite. I think this is my favorite Nomad palette is Iceland Fire and Ice. And I'm going to leave this on my desk to compare it to the new one, because it kind of has the same vibes, except where these are blues, the other one is purples. And Bestie was saying too, it's the same vibe as the new one is the same vibe as this. And so I'm going to compare these tomorrow. And yes, the colors are different, but just the setup is kind of the same. But then when you're doing palettes, like how different can they be? You know what I'm saying? The colors got to go somewhere. But the reason this is my favorite is because Gallows Lava came to me as a single in Ipsy years ago. And I'm like, oh my God, that shadow's pretty. Where is it from? And so I'm looking online and it was in this palette. And I'm like, because I was looking at these 2 columns. Well, these 5. This one is all right. These 5, I'm like, I don't know about them like pasty looking blue shades. But this, yes. These, yes. And so I bought the palette, right? And because I didn't think I was going to like these, the first look I did was these over here. That look was bomb. And I said, if the look is bomb, with the shadows I thought I wasn't going to like, what's the rest of the palette going to do? Oh, my word. This is my favorite Nomad palette. This is Nomad. This is their Iceland Fire and Ice. I don't even know if it's still available. When is the PAO on here? Where's my sticker? I don't have a sticker. What? Where's my label? I'm a label whore. You can't tell me I didn't. Did I drop something? What? I do not have a label on here. Why is there not a label on here? Why am I whining? Because I'm a label hoe. I put labels on everything. Do I need to put this in purgatory just to see? No, we're not going to put that in purgatory yet. We're going to keep that with the regular stuff. These are my 3 MAC BYOPs. All of these are staying. Period. With a T. So all of those are staying. All right, we only got, this is staying, believe it or not, because this came through when this is what I use for some of them homework assignments. They were like, use such and such shade. I'm like, Urban Decay Naked. This came through. And because I switched it up, I I did it different this time than when I had it before. The first look I did was these 6 shades. It was a cute look. Second look, these 6 shades. It was a cute look. And then I mixed them up and it was cute. Earlier in my makeup days is when I had this, and I didn't use this half of the palette. But now I know, just mix, do it. You know what I'm saying? And so I actually really like this palette. I haven't used the brush yet. I did wash it, so that's staying. All right, these are all our pets. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 motherships. I got sprinkles all over my shirt. Let me take a sip. All right, we got Pat is the last brand, y'all. Thank you for the thumbs up. I can tell you right now, excuse me for smacking. Utopian Dream is going away. I never use it. I don't think to use it. And it smells funny. I had it in my Macquarie store and then I took it out because it's still good. The PAO, it was still within the PAO time. So I took it out and I'm like, I'll just use it since nobody's buying it. And I had it priced reasonably. Some people want like $200. And I'm just like, on sale, 40% off. The motherships are $77.40. So somebody's trying to sell you a mothership for like $150. I'm like, no. So I'm not keeping this. It's just something about it. I do like the celestial shades in here. It smells funny. I think it's just glue. Yes to the naked palette. This came through in that program. They were like, oh, do a natural look or neutral look. I'm like, Urban Decay Naked. She was like, oh, I love the colors you choose. Like, this came through, y'all. I used this at least for 2 or 3 different homework assignments. Actually, at least for 2, because one I had to resubmit it. She said, but use the same colors. And I'm like, okay. And it was that palette. But this isn't even going to purgatory. This is going away. It does smell like glue. It does smell funny. So I'm telling you that right now. This shade is very pretty. You see it's turning colors here. It's blue, then it's purple. But this, I don't even know why I got it, except that it was on sale or the color or something. And I did like it, but I just don't. So this is just going somewhere. That's just going somewhere. That's not even going in purgatory. It's not going in the trash. I'm going to ask around and see who wants it. Moonlit Seduction. I can say I really like this palette. When I first got it, I didn't like it. I'm like, this is just not it. But when I accepted it for what it was, that's when I fell in love with it. And it's something about this boring ass gray shade right here. It is something about this shade. And that's not the only reason. This is a beast. And this on my end is showing up red. This is what I see in person. It is flaky. You got to get the flake on and then smear it. It's a mess. These 3 are smooth. These 3 are smooth. This is just the flaky one that I did learn to work with. But I really like this palette. This one is staying. So Utopian Dream is going somewhere. Actually, the PAO is March next year. May next year, 5/21/2025. Midnight Sun. Oh, the PAO was March 2023. I used it recently and it was fine. This is staying because it's grungy. You know this ain't going nowhere. Y'all know this ain't going nowhere. And when it does start to die or irritate my lids, I will probably repurchase it on sale for $77.40. When people are like, I would never pay $129 for a palette, I say, you don't have to. Wait for 40% off sale. It's $77.40. Decadence, the PAO says March 2023. This is going away. I never use it. I never think to use it. I love these jewel tones, though. I love it. And when I use it, I love it. I just never think to use it. And then when I remember I have it, it doesn't call me. But I do love it. And I can still smell the vanilla right now because I have sensitive sinuses. So this is not going to purgatory. This is just going somewhere. I'll ask around and see if somebody wants it. Granted, the PAO was March 2023. I don't remember when I last used it. So that's not staying. Subversive is staying. Because she's smoky. And the Celestial Shades is the formula that I like. They're not flaky. This is definitely staying. I don't use it enough, but she's staying because she's smoking. The first three motherships. This is number 2, Sublime. The first 3 are my favorites. This is number 2. This is staying. I love this palette because it gives me the smoke that I want. I love this palette. The last one, Subliminal, is my favorite mothership palette because it surprised me. And how it surprised me was when I got it, stick it in Macari Decadence and I'll check it out. Do I have your... Okay, do I have your email, Tanya? This palette surprised me because it took me a long time to buy it. Because I'm like, I don't like myself in all cool tones, but these lean neutral on me, like cool tone neutral. The first look I did the top row. That look was bomb. I was like, oh. The second look, I used the bottom row. The look was bomb. I was like, what? That's why this is my favorite, because it surprised me. And I've done looks since then. Everything, and this, these aren't the flaky celestial shades. But that's why Subliminal number 1 Mothership is my favorite, because it surprised the hell out of me. And I'm like, I should have bought this sooner. Can you send me an email, Tanya? Do you have my email address from in the description boxes? Or I can just put it in the chat. Since it's in my description boxes anyway. Like, it's not like a secret. It was a secret to people who don't read description boxes. So that is it, y'all. And if anybody wants Utopian Dream, email me. We can work something out. It's heavy as hell though, so I don't know how much shipping's going to be. But that is it, y'all. So let me show you what's in purgatory. These 2 are going somewhere. That's not even purgatory. They're just getting up out of here. They ain't gotta go home, but they gotta get the hell up out of here. Oh, so these 2 are going somewhere, and I did cut out the paper that has the names on it because y'all know I like to know what stuff is. So what's in purgatory? Notoriously Morbid Whistler Snow Lodge, only because I don't have no label on here. And I don't know, did I put, you know what, I do have a label. Y'all, I was tripping. The label's right here. October 2024 is the PAO. So we're not going to put this in purgatory. So we're going to put this back here. All right. So what's in purgatory? Planet Spirit palette from Uden's Eye, Notoriously Morbid, the Poltergeist. I do kind of want to keep it though, and I have a feeling I will. I just need to do a different type of look with it. Some kind of haunted. Last time I used it, I really liked it. I just don't think to use it. And these are my tones, like these darker tones. Where am I at? These darker tones, like those are my tones. But some of them kind of blend in to like a purplish type. Like this, where am I at? This one blends into this one. That blends into this one. So these 3 are kind of, where am I at? This one, and this one blend into like the same shade. And that's what I don't like. So I just have to put them somewhere different. But like these right here, this is a nice look. This is a fun pop. So this is in Purgatory. That's from Notoriously Morbid. Cherry Bomb, Notoriously Morbid, Spellcast Beauty, Over the Rainbow, Spellcast Beauty. If any of y'all want any of these, you know, email me. We can work something out, whether I use them again or not. Ritualistic Rose. Is that what that say? No, Nocturnal Nirvana, because Lethal knocked this out the box. So this is in Purgatory. I'm going to use that one again. Ritualistic Rose. The look was really pretty, but y'all know I want more. But it is what it is, and I got it because I like the formula. So that's in Purgatory. Berlin 89 is in Purgatory because I want to see, is it going to irritate my lids, because the PAO was last month. But I have a feeling I'm going to end up getting rid of this because I have enough of these tones. And even looking at the reds, we have them in Jolena. We have them in Midnight Serenade, The Grave. Yeah, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of Berlin 89. The PAO was September 2024. So that's going to go somewhere. That's not even Purgatory. That's just going away. Madame Violet is in Purgatory because I just don't want an all purple palette. But we're going to use it again and see. I might just have to use less colors. Whew, we got 3 more in Purgatory. These 2 from MAC. This is Cabin Fever. Very pretty, very basic. The look is going to be pretty. It's not going to be messy. This one is Sparkle Storm. Again, very pretty. This adds a lot to this palette, that bright shade right there. But even without this blue, like this is just a pretty palette, easy, put together look, and you can get out the door. And nobody's business. This palette, why is this in purgatory? Why is this in purgatory? We're taking this out of purgatory. But you know what? I don't think they use it. We're taking this out of purgatory. We're taking that out of purgatory. We're keeping that one. So, this is in purgatory. Highlighter and this highlighter. It's in purgatory. So what do y'all think about the purgatory stuff? Are y'all surprised? I know some of y'all probably surprised about the Pat stuff. But y'all know I don't discriminate. But I seem to be discriminatory between Pat and Natasha because I ain't get rid of no Natashas. But Pat is like, and it's the formula thing. So what are y'all thoughts? Like, are y'all surprised? Are you like, girl, you crazy? Are you like, yeah, get rid of it? Like, what are y'all surprised by that's in purgatory or just going away? And these three are going away. This is that same shade as the one in Some Kind of Haunted, the one I put tape over. I swatched them both at the same exact color. So I'm like, if I wanted that, I can get it from here. But I have not used any of these since I put them in here, except this once for one of the assignments. I think you know what you like, Sis Kate. True. True. And I do give stuff a chance though, and I do keep trying because I know sometimes just learn to appreciate whatever it is for what it is and not buy it and be like, why you can't be like this? Why you like stop trying to make it something different? Just use it for what it is. And that's when I started loving Moonlit Seduction, was when I said, let me just get out of my head and just look at it for what it is. And when I did that, I fell in love with that palette. It was like my third look. And I'm like, you know what? This palette is bomb. So I had to just get out of my own way with that one. But I do try though. Like I'm going to try this again, which I'm like, and both of these two, this one creases on me every time. So that's a deterrent for that. But Pat hype has died down. It did. People were like, when you get no mothership this year? I'm like, but you know what though? If people keep buying whatever they put out, they're going to keep putting out what they're putting out. And that's what I think people don't realize. Because all the complaints over, another pink mothership, whatever, people still bought it. And if that's what sells, that's what the brand is going to keep putting out because the brand is making money and that's their job, make money. And so I think people don't understand, if you don't like it, don't buy it and then complain about it. Because you saw what it was before you paid for it. So I'm just like, just think about it. If you buy it, they're going to keep putting it out. Not surprised because our interests change and that is okay. That is very true, Locke. You are forever my voice of reason. I felt bad about the Notoriously Morbid ones that I bought though, because I was really excited. But then when I started using them, I'm like, these colors kind of blend into the same color. Why are there 3 gray shadows in this palette? Like, what? Is that and they were expensive. Some Kind of Haunted and Poltergeist were expensive. Like, I think I used Katie's code for 15% off when I got those, but they were expensive. Tell them, Sis Tanya. I know people don't realize that. They like, the last 3 mothers, what was it? Divine Rules 2, and then the one after that, and then Divine Rules, whatever. If you keep buying it, they're going to be like, they're popular, and they're going to keep selling it. So I'm just like, that's just me, though. I'll be thinking about stuff. Oh, I forgot this other purgatory stuff. Oh, man. This Natasha Denona. It wasn't a mothership this year. This is in purgatory. These are really pretty though. And these are dark. These 3 right here. Both of the house labs are in purgatory. I like them. I just don't use them. I have a feeling these are just going to end up going away. And the PAO is till December 2025. So these last a long. I just don't think they use them. And I love the formula. A lot of people didn't. But they do. Oh, I forgot about these in purgatory. These 4 mothership quints. So we have Lunar Nightshade, which I love. That's in purgatory. I just don't think they use it, even though I really like it. I love the color story. Bronze Ecstasy, Bordeaux Bliss. And these were all from the Bijou Brilliance collection, right? Yeah, I really like them, but I just don't use them, and I don't think to use them. And this one is from Celestial Nirvana. Is that what it is from? And this is Bronze Bliss. So we got 4 Pat Quints, 2 Pat Quads. That's in purgatory, and 2 motherships that we're just getting rid of. So if y'all want to work something out, just message me and let me know, and we can just bypass Macari, or I can put it in there anyway, because then shipping will just come out of there. Before that, I used drugstore and brands like Ulta, like Urban Decay. I started with drugstore, but then my skin and all of that, I'm like, something got to change. And so then I started with Ulta and Sephora and MAC. So all of them I got into about around the same time. And it's like once I started using non-drugstore, it was so hard to go back. And then even when I tried to go back for collabs years ago, half of that stuff was burning my face. So I'm just like, what the hell are they putting in this stuff these days? So I'm like, what is this? What is this? But yeah, it was hard to go back. And so I tell people, if you have stuff you like, don't lust over Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona, MAC Cosmetics. If what you use worked for you, just stay right there. Just stay right there, because I could not go back. And even when I tried to go back, it was like, my skin was like, nope. Alcohol, says Kat. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Alcohol? You drinking alcohol? What are you, Kat? What are you talking about? Oh, you saying it's the alcohol that burns my face? I don't know if it's that. Sometimes I think it's the fragrance and stuff too, because I do have sensitive skin. But some of that drugstore stuff, my eyelids be burning, and face be burning and tingling. I wash my face off, it be all red, or I have a bunch of whiteheads on my forehead, bumps and stuff. I'm like, what the hell? But so that's everything, y'all. Thank you so much. We've been here hella long. I thank y'all for hanging out. If you didn't thumbs up, please go ahead and do that. Feel free to share this if you feel like it inspired you, or if you know somebody that got a lot of stuff. I had 83 pallets, and we're down to less because I didn't. How many we be getting rid of? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoot, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So what's 83 minus 22? I don't know. 83 minus 22. Let me go into the calculator on my phone. 83 minus, did I say 22 for real? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22. Y'all, we're down to 61. Didn't I tell y'all 60s was my sweet spot? Oh, oh my gosh. Well, we'll see if it stays decluttered, Sylvia. So when I use the purgatory stuff, if it screams at me, girl, you crazy, put me that, then I'll keep it. But if it's like, yeah, I can go, then it'll really go away. But again, if any of you are interested in any of the purgatories, email me. We can work something out. And that'll be that. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for being here for this. And also for the members. The stuff that's left, that's going to all between everything I showed you. And would y'all believe this is my entire collection? My entire stash. And so for the members, this is stuff that you'll be able to pick from when you shop my stash for me coming up. I'm not going to rush it because I'm already feeling like overwhelmed. But so you got to feel for what you can choose from for me to use when you shop my stash and tell me what to use. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're not a member and you went in on that type of stuff, join the membership because they be helping me do a lot of stuff. And so, and I do ask them a lot of questions and things like that. So thank y'all for being here. Thank you, Tony. Yes, Sylvia. And if y'all want to make me look like a clown, go for it. Because y'all know I'm going to make it work. And I am kind of anxious in a way, like what they going to say to you? Like, oh my God. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. And this was fun. It was exciting. And I'm glad that we're down to 61 pallets. So if it stays that way, I am cool. That's my sweet spot. So as something comes in, I did add in the new Nomad pallet in that number. So it might be as stuff comes in, stuff will go out, like I don't know. But I feel good about what I have left because it's stuff that I really like and I will use. You want what one, Sylvia? And so I'm just really excited to have, because remember I was telling y'all before, when I do my tiers or my rankings, the new Nomad, use my code. It's not affiliated, but you'll save 10%. So we're doing swatches tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. That should be a way shorter live than this one because we're just going to do face swatches and that'll be it. It is pretty, y'all. It's really pretty. I still want to know, when did they go to the speakeasy though? And who was babysitting little baby Nomad? That's what I want to know. But I was saying before, it was a while ago when I was doing like the monthly roundups, I said I want everything to be top tier. I feel like we're almost there. I really do. I really do. And that excites me to look at what I have and be like, I love every eyeshadow palette equally. And not, yeah, this one's all right. I love this one. That one's okay. Like I want everything to be like top. You know what I'm saying? Because then I feel good about having what I love, because then I'm going to use what I love. And you see my face lighten up and be excited to use it. And so I'm babbling. I'm excited because we're down to 60, which is my sweet spot, 61. But we're going to go. Thank you. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. I promise you, I will try and keep it really short. We're just doing the swatches. That'll be it. And I'll make sure I schedule it for public so I don't have to come out and then go back in. Thank you, Kat. Good night, everybody. Who's still here? Sylvia, Grace, Locke is still here. Kat is still here. I don't know who else is still here, but thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I appreciate the interaction, which is my favorite part of doing lives, and watching my process. So good night, everybody. I have a video going up 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then we'll be back here 8 o'clock for live swatches, and that'll be it. And then back to regular videos and then live stream next Monday. So as always, self-acceptance and self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you. You will see me tomorrow night. Bye.